Oh, yeah. Another NBA happy hour here with No Dunks on a Thursday night. I'm Skeets. We got Trey. We got JD. We were just debating right before we went live. What's the best No Dunk song? Is it that classic loading song, or is it that NBA happy hour jam, which is fairly new to our lives? JD, do you have a preference?
I love them both. It's almost a push, but I have to go happy hour theme music just because it's got that great melody, and I love anything with vocals but no words. You know, if you've ever noticed, I like to throw in music. I love cheesy music, obviously, but anything with a like the what you need to know theme is very much la 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 la. You know what I mean? Like la la la's and
oohs and la's and
exactly. Right. And it just
I personally like the classic loading song. And if any of you, shout out to everybody joining us on the stream team right now, see your comments coming through. You can usually notice something that goes on with our StreamYard, like the platform we use when we go live, JD, it like cuts to us for a second.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. It's like a little weird thing, a little glitch part of this whole damn thing.
Yep.
You can always sort of see me like, I love vibing to that classic loading, TK. I'm always like doing some like little finger moves. Like I don't know. I like it. Do you have a
finger moves? Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
Because it's good the whole time with different little parts. To me, it sounds like a song that would be in the background of an Austin Powers movie. I don't know. It just that's a great start off. That one is like, okay, it's showtime. And then you got to catch the super cajj vibe from the happy hour theme song, which certainly sets a different vibe than the beach stepping theme song or our daily show theme song. So it's perfect. It's like it's almost like a dinner bell, that classic loading song. You're like, all right, here we go. And then once JD hits us with the theme song, it's like, now we know what we're doing. Right. Now we're on and popping.
Remember the time that the classic loading song literally went for like 4 minutes and we had like never heard like anything past 30 seconds? It stayed amazing, by the way. But then I think that was the show where suddenly we were just on camera.
Yeah, it ran out.
Hi, how's it going?
Let it roll.
This is awkward, and let's do the intro. But yeah, shout out to everybody joining us live tonight for NBA Happy Hour. We got a fun guest in store. Though I told him earlier in the day, I said, yeah, man, like 9 o'clock or something like that. I forgot the Sixers Mavs game started at 7. I just had it in my head. It was like a 7:30 start, maybe even a little bit later. But anyway, I've texted him. So my buddy Grish will hopefully be rolling through.
Oh, baby.
We'll see. I mean, I'm already worried he won't have his headphones working right. He'll have his like computer, like camera somehow turned around or so. Like, who knows with him? But hopefully my buddy Grish will be rolling through. And who knows? You never know if Leigh's going to show up and Tassie. It's always a surprise to TK and JD. Like, we have no clue.
Yeah.
So which is always fun. So get your comments in. We sort of like half-ass watch the game. We really just shoot the shit. And we do take a lot of your questions. And I saw someone just said, when we were talking about the music there, JD, where do you get it? Like, where's that come from? I know you've maybe talked about this a long time ago, but why don't you tell Joe? Yeah.
Listen, Joe, it comes from a service called APM, American Production Music. Is that what it is? Hold on, let me just APM.
It's not that important, is it? I mean, you really want to get that?
I want to get it right.
Okay.
You know, and it's probably the most common library that you'll watch old Anthony Bourdain shows and you'll hear our music, you know.
Right. Some people sometimes catch it on a commercial. There was like a snowboarding commercial or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, that one's going around a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that is actually from a different library. That's the only song we used from a different library when we first joined the Athletic. It was this other library that they were using. And I was like, guys, I can't use this library. There's not enough music in it. And they were kind enough to, they set it up only for us.
Wow.
With, APM, yeah. So, so then
Stripping
everybody
around. Yeah, we got our cool music.
That's exactly right. And then I think they made, I think some of the shows stayed with the old one and some of them moved over. But I was like worried because like, it's great. Like I only use APM, but they're like, we're going to give up the other one. I was like, that's our theme song though. So I don't want to lose that. And then, but this particular, I've forgotten the name of it, but once you use it, you're allowed to use it forever. So if you use something from their library, you're allowed to use it on that show forever. So
we're like
we have the
grandfathered
right-
in or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, exactly. So
It's like a strip club in your neighborhood, and you're like, well, they've been there since the 70s. We can't do anything about them. I mean, I know
Yeah,
we're
trying to get rid of them
like that. Yeah, but they're around forever. They've been stripping forever over there. Sorry, it's, you're the wrong neighborhood. You're never gonna move them. Okay, I got you. So that's where you get some Joe from the 8 p.m. and then the other one, whatever it was called. Cheers to everyone. I forgot to do that. I should do that off the top always. So cheers to everybody out there joining us on the stream team. JD. Oh, everybody's got a nice beverage. You got a Carlsberg in there?
Back to the Carlsberg, yeah.
Nice. Okay. I got a little Johnny here again.
Oh man, did you buy a big bottle again?
Oh, well, my buddy Grish and I, we bought a bottle the other night and some cards were played and some Johnny was consumed. This was the last of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Though I went to like a package store that I've never been to, somewhat close to me. And they didn't have like the big Johnny bottles, which are like, that's the way to go. The Johnny Walker Black, that's the way to go. Yeah. Best bang for your buck. But they just had like the smaller version. So it's not like we went through like that giant one I was holding up the other night. Like that hopefully lasts for months.
Big bottle Skeets.
But yeah, this one, two guys, again, you get the cards playing. Anyone play 31 out there? Great card game. Great, little fast pace. You can bet on it. You can play with 2 people. You can play with, I think, maybe up to 4 or 5. It's probably got a million other names. We call it 31. Anyway, we were playing that the other night.
Is it like blackjack, but 10 more?
It's sort of like, it's sort of a bit of a bluffing game, obviously. Your whole thing is you're always holding 3 cards in your hands. You want to get up. You want to either get 3 of a kind, which is the second highest score, 30.5, or 31. So 2 face cards and an ace. Same suit, though. And then it's all about the idea of like you knock. Like if you think you have the higher hand between the 2 of us, say I have 27, that would be a good hand, especially if we're only playing 2. If I knock, that means you get 1 more card, JD, if it was just you and I,
right,
to see if you can make a hand that ties 27 or beats me. And if you do, then you're taking 2 points off me. And if not, I'm like taking the 1 point off. You can just sort of play like little mini rounds. People are calling it, people are saying 31. Somebody's called it white jack, maybe. I've never heard of that, but sure. So people are saying, I guess it is called 31. Yeah. Awesome game. So much fun. I love it. And again, when you play with 3 or 4 people, the game changes a little bit because then like you can get a little more aggressive in your knocking. Like you can have 22, 21, whatever. I mean, maybe that's a little low, but you can knock lower because all you got to do then is be higher than one other person. So other people can beat you, but as long as you, as long as you don't have to beat everybody. So it's a little different.
Like running away from a bear. You only got to beat one person.
Yes. Wow. I never thought about that. Well, you don't think a bear would like, okay, us 3 are in the woods. We're fishing. All right. Okay. Here comes the bear. All right. I'm gone. Bye. And so now it's
no matter what.
Yeah. I'm absolutely gone. You two, could a bear not go, well, okay, these guys are neck and neck. I'm going to take down that big bearded one first, and I'll just maul him for a second, and then I'll go get the other one, like 2 for the price of 1. Or you think, Trey, he gets the 1, and he doesn't get greedy.
I think he's going for the meal. He's like, boom, you're down, I think you're right. I'm eating, stopping to eat right now. It's like fast food. You don't want to let it wait. You just want to get into it right there.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, I guess. So you don't think he would like clip JD's leg, quick bite, right to the neck,
and then move on to the next,
and then move on to you. Like, come on, this is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating bears, but I'm like, I feel like they just have their eyes on the prize, and as soon as they get 1, they're done. They're a one and done.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But that's like strategic. I said, I don't know. Bears are smart. Bears are very smart. So maybe they are actually. If you really piss them off, like if you're messing with a den, maybe then they're like full protection mode, right? And it's like you got to get everybody. But I don't know. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna find out.
People are calling it.
I would love to see a bear.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've seen bear. Like, I always see when people say they've seen a bear. I always get into this. Like, how close do you have to be to say you saw a bear? It's like dogs at a distance. It's like bears at a distance. Wow. It's like,
how close do you have to be?
And like, okay, obviously you're not seeing a bear in a zoo setting. That doesn't count. Right. It's got to be in the wild.
Yeah.
But okay, here. Did I see a bear? I'll give you my scenario. A couple summers ago, I'm out in West Canada, national parks, but not like it's not like a zoo or anything like that. A huge national park, and we see a bunch of cars pulled over to the side of the road, and you're like, "Ooh, that's a good sign. That means they see something, right? You're out in the wilderness." And then so we pull over. There's like, all right, well, everybody's pulled over. They must be looking at something. We pull over, and then like across the road is like a mama bear and like a couple of cubs. So I saw a bear. Obviously, I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, you
total bear sighting.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know. It doesn't excite me that much.
What about this scenario? It's at a dump, and you're dumping off your garbage.
No dumps.
I mean, you're almost at this dump at a cottage that I go to every once in a while. You're almost guaranteed to see a bear. Now, the bear, it's not a zoo.
Yeah.
It's a pile of garbage, a very large pile of garbage.
Yeah.
So did I see a bear?
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's almost better to see it like in the wilderness on the side of a road. Like I saw it, like bears just take the road,
Yeah.
I forgot to say the bear was driving a car.
Oh.
Yeah.
In its own car, you didn't see a bear. It's 2 layers of glass.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good point. I don't know, JD. That's a good one. I know what you mean, like at a campground for sure. I'm trying to think if I've ever. I know I was warned about there being bears around like those like the dumping parts there at a campground. Dumping parts, as they call them.
I will say this: I felt nervous. I was nervous because there's a
bear then,
and there's a bear. And there's no protection. There's no nothing. In fact, the dump was closed. I actually hopped the fence to go into the dump. It was Sunday.
What?
Which is good, standard practice. Really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, usually there's a guy there, and you show your card and you dump your stuff. But it was a Sunday. The gate was closed, so I just hauled my shit over.
You threw your garbage over the fence and then.
Yeah, well, and then I hopped the fence to take it, but it's not really a fence. It's like a gate. It's like a gate where you can't bring your car into. So it's not a huge gate, but I did have to climb over it, and I did have both hands full of garbage, and then there's a bear there, like close, like not.
But he should be like, yes. What do you got in those bags?
Exactly.
Come on in.
What in the world is in that bag?
All right. I thought everything was closed on Sunday. This is awesome. Thank you.
You have Chick-fil-A in there.
Joe, once again, Joe's on fire here. I saw him say, now as all these comments scroll by, I of course lost it. But basically, if you were nervous around that bear, then you definitely saw that bear. It counts.
Okay.
Okay. That's fine. I like that,
Thank
Joe.
you, Joe.
How often have you seen bears? Me, I've never seen a bear in my life. Never seen a wild bear, even driving down the street or road.
I mean, I'm probably a 3 max, but I'm probably a 2. So the third one, if I don't know, maybe I dreamt it, or I feel like I've seen it as a
Dream
child.
bear.
Maybe I don't know, but
I'm
2 as an
desperate
adult.
to see one. That's why I'm willing to count one in any scenario. I'm like, if I were to spot a bear driving and it's 200 feet away, it's up a hill or a mountain, I'm still counting it. If I can see it moving, if I can see its motions.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to steer us from the bear talk for a second. Yeah. What did I tell you? What did I tell you with my buddy Grish?
What time?
I said, no, okay. I said, hey, we're starting a little earlier. It's okay, whatever. Jump on whenever. We sometimes go for hours on these things. I said, he said, okay, he was out doing something. Be home in a second. I don't think I have headphones that plug into my computer.
What about earpods or AirPods or whatever?
Yeah, AirPods. Yeah,
exactly.
That'll work. That's
AirPods, fine. Man. AirPods. This guy, he's got to hold his hand for everything here.
Got to plug this toilet for everything here.
We'll see if. Oh yeah, well yeah, we got to see if. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that.
The people are excited. That's all they want.
Well, I mean, should I tell it before my buddy Grish maybe gets on here?
Save it. We could go another couple hours on bears here for sure.
Yeah, we absolutely could. Okay, so I can't believe you've never seen a bear. I thought
seen a bear. Did see a moose. Saw several moose.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. We were driving in Colorado and pulled over to the side of the road and they were just walking through a pasture. That was wicked. So moose, check. Bears up next. I feel like those are 2 good ones to see. Deer. Everybody sees deer.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, they run through the neighborhood here.
For sure. Makes sense.
Wow. Got yourself a little dovetail.
Yeah.
I have no idea if that's what one of the deers is called. I
just agreed with you about it. Yeah. It does. Now that you mention it, looks like there's a dove on the back of that deer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tail.
That's why. Did you ever watch the show MeatEater? I told you to watch. Either of you guys? Yeah, on Netflix.
MeatEater.
Remember I was telling you guys to all watch MeatEater? And I said it's the worst named show around because you hear it and it sounds like a stupid show probably to a lot of people, but it's actually awesome. It's a hunting show. I love it. Oh, I love it. Steve Ranella. I don't know how you say his name, but so good. Such a great show.
What are we hunting?
Everything.
Ooh. Really?
But what I love about this show, by the way, I've never hunted in my life. Never fired a gun at an animal. I have really no desire to do it at all, even watching the show. But I love the passion this guy brings to hunting. And it's like, I never realized how much some of the hunting, what they're doing is like, it's a teamwork, right? It's like, you got to go down there and I need you to bring them out here. And then I'll be up here. We'll have some hand signals. It all, of course, depends what they're hunting, but it's just cool. It's shot cool, JD. It's like a lot of people, and I know I'd be like this if I ever did do it. Like they'll take down something like be it a moose or trying to think like what else. Like they basically have hunted everything. Like not in North America usually. It's right. They're not like taking down
not big game
like,
guys.
Yeah. They're not going like that. But sometimes these people that are doing it for the first time, like they just break down in tears. Like after like shooting the animal and stuff like that. Like they're like it's obviously they're nervous and it's euphoric, but then I'm sure there's like a sadness and like oh man, that's I don't know, it's pretty cool. But they do duck hunting, they do everything. The guy's an expert at all of it. Check it out, everybody. MeatEater, I'm telling you. I know they just dropped a couple new episodes on Netflix is where it is. That's where I watched it at least. It's so good. I saw Ethan Sherwood Strauss was a big fan as I had tweeted about it. And he said the same thing. He's like, never hunted, never have any desire, blah, 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 blah. Love this show. Maybe maybe there's like what am I missing here?
Yeah,
what am I missing?
Vicarious, you're living vicariously through it, I guess.
Yeah, people say Dreams Shake, says ducks are really fun to hunt. Ducks,
great video game, I believe it.
I wouldn't think twice about killing a duck. Does that make me evil? I mean, I wouldn't care. I don't. Ducks,
there's a lot, is what you're saying.
There's a lot. I just don't have them high on the important scale. Like that, I don't.
Man, ducks are beautiful.
I'm not saying I could. Yeah, they are. You're right. I'm not saying I could do it either because it always looks so crazy to me. And my name's J. Skeets, right? I should be good at skeet shooting, but it looks always so difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
I would assume.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, but I guess you just get used to like the trajectory of where they're going. I'm sure there's like a couple tricks to it and obviously practice. And I think, don't they like the bullets, like
they spray.
They spread. Yeah. It's like the gun in Contra. It's like the spread gun was like the number one gun to go with. Remember that one? Like, that was awesome. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't the most powerful, but you just covered such ground. So now I just want to play Contra or Duck Hunt though. I don't know which game I want to play more. Remember Matt Austin was amazing good at Duck Hunt? Did you guys ever see that? I don't know if you guys
I ever saw him play Duck Hunt.
He played it once in Daryl Brown's basement. Like when we were older and we were all having a party one night and we found out Daryl had the original Nintendo system. We're like, fire it up. Let's go. What do you have? And he had like the classic, like just Mario Brothers 1 and Duck Hunt. Cause remember it was like a combo.
Sure.
And we're like, yeah, let's do it. And we were like, yeah, let's play Duck Hunt. We'll see how good we are. And like, everybody's fine at it, whatever. Matt was incredible at it. It was so weird.
It doesn't surprise. Matt is good at stuff. Like, it's surprising stuff. I'm trying to he's amazing on the guitar. He's amazing remembering lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's just never surprises me when he's just good at something. Well, I'm trying to think of something else that he's done that
just shocked you a little bit that he was so good at.
Like, it was more like, oh, of course you're good at this. You're fucking good at everything.
I couldn't believe it because I would not take Matty O. I know it's a video game gun, but shooting a gun, I would not have that high on Matty O's like list of things he's amazing at.
Right,
but he was awesome.
He's into that stuff though. Like he's so into action movies. You know what I mean? Like,
oh wow, he just picked it up from watching all those.
Yeah, maybe
so much content consumed that he's like a Jedi. I love it. It's a marksman. It's similar. JD, were you there? This is another story of another guy playing video game shooting games, I should say. Steve Orticello. What was that bar name on College right by Ryerson? The Irish pub. I throw in air quotes because it was like one of those crappy, shitty Irish pubs.
Was it Riley's? No.
That does sound sort of right. Like not Mickey O'Flynn's or something.
Oh God, what was it called?
Yeah, something like that.
It was called. It was called Mickey Finn's.
Mickey Finn's. Okay, Mickey Finn's. They had a what was the game called? Big Buck Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so I think they didn't have it and then they added it. And then like, this was like obviously a university, like drinking hole. We would just go hang out. And he would like, no one had ever played it before. I'd never seen him play it. And I don't think he had up until that point. We're like, oh, let's try this out, throw a couple of quarters in. And it turned out he was incredible at buck hunter. And what was so funny is that every time he would like, because it's like a release thing, right? It's like 3, 2, 1, and then like the buck like run out, and you just got boom, boom, boom. You got like you got how many shots or how many seconds to get him, and he would just be like, "I'm sorry," and he just like bang, 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 and it was just all drop. He hated that he was good at it, and he was killing it. He was just like racking it up, going on the next round, and he was like crying, dude. I don't want to be good at this. Some people,
video game Steve.
I was not, video game Steve Orticello, man. Remember that guy?
Barely. To be honest,
Orticello. It's a name I've heard. It's a name that always comes up, and I remember this name.
Yeah, he was around.
Comes up on the show once every 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, it's rare because he was only around. He was around for
1 year,
2 years, 1 year, maybe. Yeah, just 1 year at university. Yeah. 1, maybe 2. At least maybe I hung out with him after he had left the first year for a little bit, and then we parted ways. He lived in. I think he lived in Halton Hills. Is that a place?
That is a place.
Yeah, I think he lived there. Ugh. Wow. Anyway, Steve Orticello, if you're out there, man, holler at us. We'll get you on right now. Forget my buddy Grish. I want to talk to Steve Orticello. I talk to my buddy Grish all the time. Okay.
What are the odds that my buddy Grish is coming on tonight?
No, I think they're pretty good. He says, my AirPods don't mix with non-Apple. Okay, smart ass. I didn't know you were using an Apple product.
Non-Apple. But
AirPods don't mix. I will give you the 5-minute heads up. It sounds like his neighbor may have come through in the clutch.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see. But
wow, that's old school.
Yeah, get your odds in. Speaking of all this hunting and bears and all that, you went fishing, didn't you, today, Trey?
Caught a couple little bassies today.
How big? Wow. What are we talking?
Probably like 1.5 pounds, like I don't know, 12 inches maybe, something like that.
Not bad.
I had 3 come off. Yeah, it was. I wasn't on my A game. To be quite honest. I pulled more sticks off the bottom than I ever have in my life, and I had more fish jump out of the water, shake it, and toss my lure. Like just gone. Like I had them. I'm reeling them in. They do a jump. See ya. Yeah.
Now, do you blame that on your fishing skills?
Never. No chance on my fishing skills. Here's what I'm blaming it on for this. It was my wacky worm hook. It was bent out. It was an old hook. It was a little too wide. So there's no chance it was me. But I was telling Laura, I was like, I wasn't on my A game. I just knew it. I just didn't have my game.
So it was you a little bit.
It was me a little bit. It was me a little bit. So it was a little frustrating, but just to hold a fish was nice. To hold my couple of fish, it was great. To bring them in, like if I would have got none, I would have been really mad, especially having them on and having them shake the lure. But actually getting to hold a couple of them, I was happy.
But this is all catch and release we're talking
about. Oh yeah.
Have you ever been tempted to keep one? Like just like, this one is awesome, I got to keep this guy.
No, I've never been tempted to keep one, but now that I caught that one huge one, Laura's like, that's one of those ones that you get hung on a wall. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And then you put a battery in it and you put your favorite song in it, and every time you walk by it sings to you. It sings the classic loading song to you.
The whole thing though, like the whole 4 minutes, but you don't mind. But I've never wanted to keep one to eat it or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't want to kill it. Like I was sad enough, like seeing it like slowly swim away. So.
What do you mean? You don't think that guy was surviving the rest of the day when you're saying slowly?
No, more like he's probably like, hey, get me back in the water, man. I want to be back in there. And it's different. Like a young vital fish is just like freaking out all the time. This one's like, I'm a big tired fella. We had a good fight, Like it took me a while to reel it in. Like it was a battle. So I was like, okay, go swim, live your life. Maybe I'll catch you again someday. But I don't know. It would be awesome to have a huge fish hanging on your wall that you actually caught. But guess I just got to catch another big one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you'll catch a bigger one than the one you had.
That's
reminded me of because he does fishing in MeatEater as well sometimes. And I never seen this, and I'm not going to remember the fish's name. I don't even remember where he was, but there was a fish he caught that to put it back in the water tray, he had to put like a device in it to sink it to the bottom, or otherwise it would get like what do you call it with like a scuba diver, like almost like the bends or something like that.
Wow.
Like it wouldn't survive if you just put it back in the water. It would die. It would have like a 95% chance, or a 5% chance, I should say, of surviving, but like a 95% chance of dying. So you had to, like, on this water, because you could catch these fish, you had to have this device on your boat that like literally you put in its mouth like a weight, and it would like, then you drop it down and then somehow like you sort of like jig it off somehow. Get it off. Yeah. Wow. I've never seen that. Nor and I were like, what the hell is that fish?
So what? It must live super deep. And
I guess so, yeah.
It can't get down there fast enough? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, if anyone knows the episode I'm talking about, let me know. People are saying they like river monsters too. You ever watch River Monsters either of you?
I've watched River Monsters.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with River Monster, I like can watch it once or twice, and that feels like every episode is the exact same episode. Yeah. Like over and over. It's like, oh, we went to this place. They say there's a giant fish out there. We're going to go get it. We're going to get this monster. And it's like, you know, they talk to someone who knows the tale. Yeah. Oh, that fish ate my brother. You know, it's like that. And then it's the same thing every time. And then they like almost all the time never catch it. That's the other part.
It's like Ghost Hunter.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They never catch them.
They never ultimately, you know, hunt that ghost and successfully get it. No, but that's, I guess it's the thrill in trying to figure it all out. But yeah, Nora was watching River Monsters for a while, and that's it's all been replaced by MeatEater. It's the best, guys.
MeatEater.
It's absolutely best.
The last one of those shows I remember watching was this guy who would go in and like get a raccoon out of like a press box, like a high school football press box. And like a raccoon had moved in and lived forever. And every time he would go in to like trap this wild animal that's where it's not supposed to be, he would yell, "Live action!" Live action. That was awesome.
So he's like an exterminator dude?
Yeah, he's a trapper, like a wildlife trapper. He comes and gets your raccoon out of your press box, and then it just takes it to a field and lets it go. But the way every time he introduces him, live action, he's just like trying to wrestle a raccoon. Pretty weird.
We need Mike Breen to say that during the game. We got back to live action.
Turtle Man is what he's called. Nice.
Oh,
okay.
Trey's talking about Turtle Man. Yeah, okay, everybody knows. But you said he caught
All of the Wild Man is what the show was called. There we go. Nice.
Okay, his name was Turtle Man.
Yes, his name was Ernie Brown Jr., nicknamed the Turtle Man. Show called The Wild Man. Catchphrase live action. Love it. He's got the whole package.
Wow, incredible, man. Okay, JD, I wanted to ask you, how's the home renovations going along?
Yeah,
are we done?
We're done the actual maintenance part, and we got the realtors coming over tomorrow. So,
oh wow, we're moving quick here now.
We're moving fast. Well, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's fast, but yeah, she's coming over, and I guess we'll sort of decide when we're going to put the place on the market. And
so you're gonna get the classic, like Tass was talking about the one time. You're soon gonna hear, get rid of that. We got to get rid of that. That thing you guys have, that's garbage. We gotta get rid of that. Yeah, it's gonna be a real.
The one difference is that I'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm just.
What do you mean you're not? They'll do it.
No, I'm not getting a stager. I'm just getting a realist. I'm not paying for that.
So you're a classic leave as.
Well,
like all that mail on the counter that my wife hasn't touched in 8 years. Sorry, that comes with the place. You got to go.
It does come. It comes. That's right. That when they say as is, when the house is sold as is, that means you get all this mail.
That means mail included.
3 years of Visa bills and
that
whatever
means,
else.
Socks under the couch included. All right? That Yoda lamp, that's yours. That's staying there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, they probably will tell us to move the Yoda lamp. Oh, damn.
What do you have it? Where you have it like prominently in the middle
of the room?
On
the piano. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So. All right. So good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Apparently, houses are moving fast.
Oh yeah, man.
That's for sure.
This is a classic Top Shot scenario with Atlanta real estate right now.
Yeah.
There's this like
a lot of buyers.
Yeah, exactly. So many buyers. There's not enough demand. Not enough.
That's right.
Supply. Excuse me. I should say. Yeah.
Which makes me very, very concerned with where we're going to end up. Like, because we're
you mean you and your family? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, that's what I mean. What are you going to do here? Are you not going to do the we're selling our place, but we're obviously buying a place. Are you not going to move that quickly? Like the plan is just to sell your place, and where are you going to stay? I guess. Like, what happens if you sell this right away, which you probably are going to? You have a nice place,
the idea in my mind is that we'll get a 60-day close, and then the clock will be ticking, and then we'll just find a place within 60 days.
And the worst case scenario,
we'll put our stuff into storage and get a rental or something. We'll see.
Okay. Wow. You don't seem stressed about it, if I'm being honest, or are you?
I'm very stressed about it.
Are you? Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
You hide it. You hide it well.
Yeah. I all my stress is balled up right here. I keep it there. It's
That's what they say to do.
It's like a hot stove. It's burning with, the intensity of 1,000 suns. And one day I won't have to worry about it anymore because it'll kill me.
It always works out for you eventually.
In a manner of speaking, yeah.
You got to take a couple extra roads to get to the final destination.
Exactly.
For the journey, right?
Exactly right.
Good. And you said all renovations are done.
Yes.
Was there anything that you started to do that you were like, that's going to cost twice as much?
Actually, we thought that I was talking about our leaky shower. Mm-hmm. Turned out it was not a big deal. It was a fraction of the cost. So
what would they say it was?
They said, we thought it was a crack in the bottom of the thing you stand on when you're in a shower.
Okay.
But it wasn't. It was just sort of wear and tear. So they just ended up caulking it really well. And then that was it. So,
awesome.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Everything's coming up, JD.
I love it. So what are you asking for? $1 million, $1.5 million?
We're going to start at 2 million.
Oh yeah. Market's hot. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. You never know.
That's what I do with my Chris Middleton Top Shot. The equivalent of me is asking for 100 right now. Low ask right now about 25 after he didn't make the All-Star.
Go high. Go high,
man. It's like fishing, I guess. We're hoping to catch one of these Californians, who are leaving the state, coming here to Yollywood, and they don't know any better. So hey, you better snatch this beauty up.
Snatch it up.
Middle unit townhouse.
It's very nice
in North Decatur. It's a nice.
Have you seen the garage? It's very nice. Right? Would you give a No Dunks fan a discount if they wanted to buy your house?
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
You'd ask for more, if anything. They'd probably pay more.
Exactly.
This is the house that JD lived in. This is where the class.
What if they use the promo code though?
If they used the promo code, if they wrote on the contract promo code No Dunks, you're getting a Yoda lamp.
That's awesome. Just guys go to coldwellbanker.com/no dunks and insert the promo code JD's house. That's all one word. JD SHOUSE. There's an S in there. It's JD. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess in theory, someone out there, I would think would want to pay more anyway for basically the classic factory. You are the classic factory when you think about it, Trey. We're always joking. We're making classic.
Yeah.
Classic. But you're the factory. This is where that's where it's actually being made.
That's right. You guys are sitting in satellite locations, if you will.
Right.
So, but this is the hub. This is where it all comes through.
Yeah, but the problem is you might have commercial taxes because you're a factory and stuff like that. Yeah.
A bit of a sweatshop in here, to be honest.
That's why there's socks on the ground. I know what's going on in there.
Well, look who it is.
I was going to say, my buddy Grish just texted me. Let's bring him in. Excuse me, not my buddy Grish. Tonight, especially tonight, it's our buddy Grish. Let's see if he's got his headphones working. He's a gamer. Telemarketer. Hey.
Hello.
I'm not interested.
Hi.
I'm not interested.
Guys?
I don't know what you're selling. I don't want it.
I'm selling No Dunks t-shirts.
Look at you.
This guy's looking good.
I actually knew you were wearing that today, Grish, and I was gonna put mine on. I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'll wear something else. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you guys doing?
Good. You figured
what
out
did I miss?
Well, you got thoughts on bears? You got thoughts on hunting? You got thoughts on home renovation? I know you have thoughts on that.
Actually, here's a good one for you. What's a wild animal you've seen that's unusual?
Good one.
A camel.
Like a wild camel just walking about?
Yeah, walking in the desert.
Now, see, that's great.
Spent my time in Dubai there.
Sure. Hold on, wild? You're not calling
wild?
that camel wild, dude.
Not wild. You're in the desert and there's camels running around.
Yeah, but there are people riding the camels.
No. This isn't like what I took Phil to when he was there. This
Yeah.
is like
Who's Phil?
Driving
Please
down
call
the
me
street.
Skeets.
Come on, man. Come
Sorry
on.
about that. Yeah. No, this is
a show.
this
man.
is legit driving down the street and there's camels walking around the,
Okay.
the desert there.
That's pretty
You-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you rode
That'd be
one.
the wildest animal I'd seen.
That's
Wow. I guess a camel's
I haven't
pretty
even seen
exotic.
a bear, man.
listen.
Like, that's great.
Not to, yeah, I've seen a lot of wild animals. Let me just say, okay. I've hiked in with the gorillas in Uganda.
Oh, that's come on. That's
actually
good.
that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best one. I've been on safaris. You see a lion and a leopard,
Sure.
the most rare of the big five. So
What are the big five?
somebody Google it.
You got a
Elephant's
you got a
gotta be one of
lion.
them.
You got a lion. You got a tiger. You got a panther. You got a
Leopard, obviously.
No, leopard,
Leopard.
not a panther.
not a panther's not one of the big five.
No.
Wow.
Maybe a rhino.
That's big.
Oh, I thought we were talking cats. I thought
I
this
was
was
thinking
just
cats for
cats.
sure.
No, I think when you go on a safari, Google this now, somebody. There's a big five to see, and I
Okay.
think
Lion,
I completed.
you think it's-
I'm
you
pretty
think
sure
it-
I completed the big five in
Okay.
Kenya,
Giraffe.
2017.
Giraffe. Speaking of giraffes.
Oh, man.
Hey.
There he is.
Oh.
Were you
Think
waiting?
about
Were you
Trey.
waiting
He
for
knows
my
what's
buddy
going
Grish?
on.
Yeah.
Wait, did you only? No, I only just joined. Did you only just join too, Dave?
I did, yeah.
Oh, good to see you, mate. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing great. How are
Great.
you?
Hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
He's Leigh.
Aren't
He's
we all?
actually Grish is just talking about the big five, the animals, the exotic animals he's seen in person, and that's funny because we were talking on today's show, the idea like you two, Leigh and Grish, battling it out on to countries you've been to, exotic locales.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many countries have you been to, Grish?
65 in total.
Leigh, what do you got? What do you got?
Ooh, I'm 66.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
He's got the CD-ROMs to back it up, buddy. Russia.
Pulls them all out.
All right, Grish, alphabetical order. Let's go.
Wow. 65.
No, there's an app. You could get on the bin
Yeah.
app, and it'll tell you all the ones that you've been to.
There's an app.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
how many passports do you own, Grish? That's the real question.
It's not as one.
No, you don't have a Canadian one?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, sad story about
That's
that.
that's a touchy subject. I wouldn't bring
Yeah,
that up.
don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed out on the Canadian opportunity, but lived in Canada half my life, which is why I know Phil.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry again.
And Leigh, you do have one. No, you do have a Canadian passport. No, you don't. I can't remember.
No,
you don't?
I can't apply for it while I'm living in America, but I have met the requirements, so I can get one if I go back to Canada.
Okay. By the way, new drinking game for the stream team. Anytime Grish calls me Phil, everybody has to drink.
Sure.
All right.
Speaking of
Cheers.
that,
Yeah. Cheers.
cheers to you guys.
Cheers. What are you drinking tonight, there, Grish?
I
We
got
always
my
ask our
Johnny.
guests.
Straight Johnny.
Oh, okay. See, Johnny Black. I was telling everybody. You know what I was telling everybody?
No. Tonight I'm going Johnny Gold. You bought me this bottle, Phil.
Wow, the good stuff.
That's a housewarming
Drink.
present.
Everybody
Right
drink.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a housewarming present.
Wow, you were saving it.
I'm
I
not
thought
on
you
the
would save
podcast
that till
every
you
day,
took
so
it
I
on
thought,
like.
you know what? This is for special occasions here.
I guess so. I thought you might find out there's like a big 6 animal and then take that down or see that and then pop that bottle.
There you go.
Yeah, we were talking about 31, the card game, Grish. A lot of people knew it. A lot of people
Really?
were fans of it. Yeah, I know. I was a little shocked.
Big
People
fan.
called it.
Big
Is there
fan.
any other names for it?
Not that I know of.
Somebody, what did they say? White Jack? Was that what it was?
Yeah, that was some of
Yeah.
the white check.
Somebody was calling it
I
White
mean,
Jack.
31 makes a lot of sense, being that that's the goal of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've never seen a white jack, so
that's the 6th magical animal,
that's the
the White
sixth
Jack
exotic
beer.
animal
Yes.
of the card game. There's a 53rd card.
Do you have a favorite of your? What'd you say? 65? I want to get it right. Countries.
You get that question a lot. And,
what favorite? What are you doing? These Zoom calls a lot?
No, come on. When you talk to people about traveling,
okay,
and you've been to as many countries as Leigh has, people start to say, "Well, what's your favorite?" I think it's impossible to do because it's not the country you go to; it's the experience you have in that country, and it depends who you're with.
Okay.
So hiking with gorillas, amazing, right? Also drinking with you in Lisbon for 5 days straight, really amazing.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, no favorites, but there's been some good ones.
All
yeah,
right.
more to the point, Grish, I find is there a place that you haven't enjoyed or you wouldn't go back to, really? Because
I'm not going to alienate a whole country on the pod here.
Well, Leigh has. He hates Ireland. Don't you?
No, I don't
I
hate
thought
Ireland at
Ireland
all.
was great.
Yeah.
It's just I've only been to Dublin, and I just thought Dublin itself, the city, was a little overrated.
Overrated,
Irish people,
you
great people,
the best,
have a great
I
time.
Yeah, I thought Dublin was a fine place.
Yeah, I just didn't. I just heard, hey, Dublin, it's it's the greatest place in Europe, and I was like, it's fine. Dublin, it's fine. If it wasn't for the Irish people who are great.
We're great.
I'm not sure Dublin would be up there high on too many people's list. That's all I've said about that.
Well, what is there aside from the people? I mean, what are you looking for?
Well, you're just looking for that.
He needs he needs the building that he can stand in front of awkwardly and take a photo and put it on a CD-ROM. They don't have a lot of great buildings in Dublin. That I'll agree with. They got a couple bridges. They're not that big even.
Now you're a big Dublin fan, Skeets.
I loved it. I loved Ireland.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I
wish I could have saw the rest of Ireland. I mean, I was just there for like a weekend a long time ago in Dublin for a couple of days. It was fun. I mean, I guess I could see Leigh not liking it. I will be honest. I don't know. I feel like Leigh would be a different traveler than me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, how do you like to see the sights? Like, do you like a little bit of a checklist? Like, you go to a new country, Leigh, and you're like, I want to see this. I want to take that photo. You do it like that because some people are like that, and other people are a little bit more like, well, let's just go to the pub and let's just hang out and more immense, I guess, in the city.
I mean, there's both. There's room for both. I think a huge part of your experience in any city is the food and drink and all that sort of stuff. You want to have a great meal and you want to taste the local, whatever it is. And I think that's very, very important. Like, for example, I did the touristy thing by going to the Guinness factory or the Guinness, what do you even call it? Like
brewery?
The Guinness. Yeah, I went for the tour around and had a beer afterwards, and because that's what you do in Dublin,
right?
And that was great. But it just outside that, I mean, I only went. Look, I will say I was only there for like 4 or 5 nights, and it was like just me and Trig. Me and Trig just went out there for the time out there, and so we did spend a bit of time just in the pubs boozing and that. We weren't, it's again when you go just with another guy and you're in your 20s. You're probably not like, let's just jump on the hop on, hop off touristy bus. You're more just like, you want to have a few beers and watch the football and then go to the Guinness brewery. Yep. Have some, we went to a couple of nice restaurants, but it wasn't like, I mean, this is again before smartphones and stuff. So it was kind of like, you just sort of look at a restaurant. You want to go in that one? Yeah, that'll do.
The that'll do trip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say to both of you, to everybody here, actually, what is a country you really want to go to? Grish, we'll start with you. You've been to so many. Where is one on the map that you've been?
I think a lot of people got this one, but I'd say I got 2. I got Iceland and I got South Africa.
Okay.
I want to do I think Iceland just because it looks gorgeous. South Africa, I think there's a lot of components to it. You can do the wineries. You can go diving with some great whites.
Okay.
So those are 2 big ones on the list.
You do love ice, so it makes sense you would want
I do like ice and water. So
this guy,
put me in those 2.
Everybody in the stream team, no one likes ice more than my buddy Grish.
There we go.
Our buddy Grish. It's wild. Can you explain?
Here I'm rocking with this
Look
is
at
just
that.
a simple Tavolo square cubed ice here. Fills the cup very nicely. I like circles. I like whatever you got. Just don't give me little cubies that you've made in your little ice machine.
Yeah, you don't like normal ice. Yeah.
Correct. I like big ice.
Yeah. Because it's going to melt slower.
It's going to melt slow. I don't like it. I don't like my scotch neat. I like it, cold and let that ice sweat a little bit, But I don't want to drink water either.
Somebody said, should we play Zoom ice chess? You have played ice chess before, haven't you, Grish?
I was at the original ice chess.
You were at the original, yes.
Yeah, part of that team.
I got some hand ice.
Part of the original
four.
Oh, hand ice.
Here,
See, that's the
We're
worst.
We're going to travel together, Leigh. Never.
Yeah. Okay, Leigh, where would you want to go? If you could go anywhere.
Well, Africa would be where I would go, like Kenya, Tanzania, Somalia, around those sort of areas.
Have you ever been? You've never been to
Egypt, but I mean, I don't count that as sort of more traditional Africa, like those other countries that I listed there. But
have you been to Morocco?
No, I should have been there, but
That'd be
didn't.
a good one.
Yeah, good things.
I have to say, I'm a little embarrassed. I don't have anything to drink actually tonight. I've just got the ice.
Just eat the ice.
Oh, hang on.
Just whole ice.
It'd be,
grab this.
Just a sec.
it'd be the most disrespectful thing you could do for our guest tonight is eat that crap ice.
Hey,
this a bit?
Hey.
Are you doing a bit?
What are you popping, mate?
It's démarragé, démargerie, abusé. It's a produit de France. Well, JD wasn't happy with my selection last week, so I decided to up the ante a little.
Okay, has he upped the ante, JD? What do you think?
I believe that's the Bud Light of champagne.
Hey, Leigh, you gotta start a bat, man. Run
He's
a
here to
bat.
wine and dine you, Grish. He's going to wine and dine you.
All
Well,
right.
JD, it's actually for you, that second glass. I
Oh,
thought,
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Very
thought
nice.
there's only one way through to JD's heart, and that's through his liver.
All right. Okay, so you're going. You want to go Somalia? You said okay. All that you want all these African countries. Very cool.
Ethiopia as well. Like,
Okay.
I mean, they're different experiences. I mean, Kenya and Tanzania
Sure.
are more for sort of safaris and things, and then
Where's that crazy giraffe hotel that
that's
we always
Kenya.
get sent?
That's Kenya.
Oh, you gotta
that's
go there.
Nairobi. Yeah,
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
go there.
yeah.
Where
Have you-
like the second floor, like the
Yeah.
giraffe is coming in to eat your
Yeah,
breakfast.
and that's legit. Like, I didn't know if that was one of those things that was set up, but I actually get that sent to me from people a lot when it sort of is on Instagram or something. That people say you got to go there. I say, yeah, I'm trust me, man. I'm going if I can. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Have you ever seen a giraffe not at a zoo, Leigh?
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
No,
You haven't lived. I'm just kidding.
I've fed a giraffe, but that was at the zoo. But
Did you guys ever have a consensus on the show about where the bow tie goes on a giraffe?
I don't think we had a consensus. I mean, didn't Tash literally just bring this up the other day? I think too.
Yeah.
Like he circled back to it. Yeah, he circled back to it. He was using it as like a comparison to something else we were talking about. Yeah. So you're saying, do you put it near the bottom, near the body of the
Right.
giraffe, or is it right near his head at the top? I go lower. I go down
I'm a
by
lower
the
guy
body.
as well.
For
Yeah.
sure. Nobody
Okay,
wears
for sure.
Nobody wears their tie here.
Right. It's
You
where
know,
the collar
at the
is.
top. It's where it's
Yeah.
at your collarbone. That's why they call it
Your
that.
neck is your neck if you have one or not. If it's long or short.
Right. Shout out
Your
to
neck is
what's
your
his
neck.
name? Merton Hanks. What was his name?
Merton
Well,
Hanks,
yeah,
the greatest neck.
The football
this
player?
question-
Yeah, you remember
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Crazy neck.
The 49ers, I think.
Yeah.
Totally,
I do
totally.
recall.
I had to look him up. I had to look up what he looks like wearing a suit, though, because I mean, in football, the pads are right there.
Yeah.
Obviously, his neck is out, but even he wears his tie at the bottom of his neck. Still looking good. Still looking like a nice
Doesn't-
neck for an older man.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't tie it underneath his chin.
Yeah, he doesn't pull it up. You would have to have a very tall collar. Brian Colangelo, maybe.
For you beard guys, I mean that would be an issue.
Yeah. Just thinking that, like JD.
Yeah.
When you did
almost
that, I was
pointless
like,
for
oh,
JD to
shit,
wear a
you can't
tie.
wear a bow tie, man.
Yeah.
No. That's why
Those days
I
are
have
over.
This. Yeah. Well, not over. I can
you
always
put
chop
the
this
bow
off.
tie
You can always-
into your beard. is
That's
what you
right,
should
just-
do. Yeah. That'd be cool. Start that up. I wanted to finish this off. Trey, what's the country you're going to?
I'm going to Australia, to be honest. I've been
Nice.
nowhere. I've been nowhere, and I want to go there. And I want to meet Dickie, and I want to go through Leigh's dad's basement and see what I can see what I can find that Leigh's not showing us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Okay.
But no, I do really want to go to Australia.
Good.
But if I'm there, I would definitely want to go see where Leigh's from.
Yeah. Sunbury, beautiful Sunbury.
Well,
Sunny
you know,
Sunbury.
it's one day, Trey. We're going out there. We're
I
taking
know
the
we're
crew out.
going one day.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, let's not get started. And JD, what's the country you want to go to? You've been to a decent amount.
A decent amount, not nothing like you guys. Japan is definitely very.
Oh yeah,
I really want to go to Japan, and I would like to do Southeast Asia, like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. Just for
I know
the
Grish
history.
has done that. Leigh, you've done that too, I think.
No,
I thought. Oh, Jesus!
I haven't. I've only passed through Asia. My stories are
Took
about
a dump in the Singapore airport. We all know that story.
You ever take a dump in the Singapore airport, Grish?
Yeah,
Never
Grish.
been in the Singapore airport, to be fair.
Wow.
It's the one country in Southeast Asia I've never been.
Oh.
Interesting. I thought you were well
The
traveled.
bathroom.
Right?
Hey, what'd you do with that map I
I
got
haven't
you?
lived.
Grish?
The
what'd you do
map
with
that you got me, where you cross off.
You scratch off.
Yeah. It's in Stratford, Ontario. The house that you once lived in there, Skeets.
Oh, okay. You're not going to bring that down? You don't want to put that up?
It's just I needed to decorate while I was there for a short period of time, and
It's up on the wall.
Maybe it does make its way back. It's on the wall in my old
okay,
bedroom
okay,
from
okay.
where I used to lie my head in high school.
I bought that. I think I've told the story. I bought that for free online.
No,
That
you
is
said
great.
that.
Yeah. It was like the weirdest thing. It was like an Instagram ad said, you can get this map for free. You just have to, I paid shipping, but it wasn't a lot.
How's that work for them?
I don't know. I was like, what's going on here? Like, I feel maybe they just wanted my information. They're like,
That's weird.
this guy travels a lot. He wants a
Popular
map.
guy. Maybe you would have posted it, re-Instagrammed it.
No,
What's that word?
no. It wasn't like,
very targeted.
no, it wasn't.
Restory it?
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was like, I saw it, an Instagram
Right.
ad. I was like, free? Just had to pay shipping. Oh, my buddy Grish would like that. And then it ended. I was like, there's going to be a catch. I was like, there's got to be a catch. There did not seem to be a catch, except just for paying
It wasn't
for
the subscription model where you just kept getting it sent to you?
No.
Did you just start passing them out? There you go.
The only thing is
Everyone have one.
it took months to show up. Like I forgot I even ordered it. And then suddenly it was here. I'm like,
Let's not complain. I mean, you didn't pay anything.
No. Speaking of items in your house, or
Speaking of items,
that I guess you said it's in your house in Stratford. You got your plunger by you at all?
I have a plunger. Yeah. That you borrowed a few weeks ago. Is that right?
Yeah. But what did I tell you I was going to do? Because
you told me that you're going to buy me a new plunger.
Yeah.
And thank you. You were the first to use my plunger.
Oh,
brand new
plunge.
However, when the plunger was returned, your lovely wife and your lovely dog were hanging out in my backyard.
Yeah.
And you left the plunger there, right?
I brought
And
it
Nora
over.
made
I brought it back, and
you brought back a plunger.
I brought you back what type of plunger?
What do you mean? What type of plunger?
describe it.
Types of plungers?
Well, hold on. I didn't bring back.
there
I
are-
didn't
there
bring
are some
back
that have a big, like,
your
plunger
plunger.
cavity.
I brought back a new plunger.
A new plunger.
Yeah.
But you're not deep in the plunger game there, Grish? Well,
I
you
had
don't know
not
your plungers?
seen my plunger until you borrowed it.
He didn't even know what his own plunger looked
Right.
like.
I didn't know what it looked
Come
like.
on.
Right.
However, your wife did say, "Hey, there's a red mark on it," and I was like, "What are we getting? Discount plungers here? You get a little mark on it, and
Right.
he'll never know the difference." I don't even think he looked at the first one.
Right.
Right.
Well, here's the thing.
What's the deal with this plunger? Go on?
Who's your thought? I think you know what's going on with this plunger.
You returned a dirty plunger?
Yeah. Are we friends?
Yeah, I have no offense to that.
I'm actually completely kidding. Now I got like layers upon layers of bits going on. I know the stream team. I said last week I was going to do this whole bit where I was actually going to return your used plunger, even though I told you I was buying a new one.
Right.
But Nora would not let me return the used one. I want the stream team to know she would not let me. But that's why
Classy woman.
That's why it was so
classy woman.
funny, Grish, because you said it had the red mark on it.
Yes.
I was laughing to myself. I was like, oh my God, this plunger actually looks more used than the one I actually used to unclog a toilet because it had been like damaged in transit or something like that. It was so weird. But
this is one of those plungers that comes in the plastic Still to this day, I've not seen the plunger that is in my house.
Oh, you've never taken it out of the receptacle?
I've never removed it from the plastic.
So what if you did one time and it was like, I mean,
it could be
anything, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a
It's just
candied
a
apple
handle.
for all I know.
Candied apple. Gotcha. You gotta eat it. If it's a candy apple, you gotta eat it. Oh my God.
That's a funny.
You know what? It would have been
funny
amazing
prank.
if I put a Smirnoff Ice in there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Are people still icing?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but it'd be funny. It'll come back, right?
There's a new one you should do for Leigh with like Bud Light.
Oh yeah,
Or Budweiser in general.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is it both Leigh or is it just
He hates
Budweiser?
both.
It's all Bud.
Yeah.
It's all Bud.
Yeah, Bud. This Bud's for you.
Yeah.
Just have him at Leigh's house, and every time he finds one, this Bud's for you, Leigh.
Hey Leigh, can I borrow your plunger tomorrow? I got a great bit I want to set up for next week.
No reason.
Yeah.
Well,
I got a spare one. You can keep it though.
The real question, Grish, was if I didn't buy you, and you're right, it was all Nora. We're not returning a used plunger. We're buying them a new one. But would you have taken back a used plunger if I had been like, "Thanks, man, emergency, here you go"? You would have.
100%.
Yeah. See.
Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
What kind of guy do you think
that's
I am
what
over
I
here?
said.
Is
like,
it
what do
good to
people-
take back my used plunger?
Right.
Nah.
You're not licking
even
it. You're
seen
not
it.
eating out of it.
No,
It's like,
no,
who
we're fine.
cares?
And what I do with my plunger is my business, Phil. So, like,
Drake,
what do you mean not licking it? Not fucking. Well, okay. Whatever I
that's
want.
true. I shouldn't assume.
I'll do
that.
whatever
You're
I
right.
want with my
Yes.
plunger.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. Well, don't do that with your new one because it might not be new. But
Yeah,
it keeps going.
I don't know what you did with it, which is my worry now. So I'm
I'll tell
definitely
you what I
I'm not
did
going
with
to
it.
do what I was going to do with it because of what I think you probably did do. With it.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah, this got weird quick.
Yeah, well, okay. We had to.
Yeah.
We had like literally every second comment was tell them about the plunger. Tell them about the plunger. All
Got
right,
him, sure.
We absolutely got him, and by got him I mean not at all. I'm sorry.
I got him.
gave
I mean,
you back
bought
a new
me
one.
Fresh plunger.
damaged new plunger.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm writing
with a red
target.
mark on it.
Yeah, what's going on?
And it's funny though because not to go too deep into the plunger story here, but I digress. The label it's a white thing casing.
yeah,
The label is red. So first when Nora's like, "There's a red mark on it," I'm like, because the label's red.
Right,
like,
right.
That's supposed to be there.
yeah.
And
But there's
then I
a
looked
there's a mark.
Style.
It looks like
There's
in
more red.
Yeah, in packaging it got rubbed up against something, and it's like a red mark.
Scuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone took I don't know. So a lot of hot sauce was consumed. Yeah,
Lot of
exactly.
sauce.
Yeah. I don't know. What
Lot
was. Maybe
of
they test these plungers. Who knows? They should quality control if anything. Okay.
Did the plunger work in the one that you borrowed?
Yeah, like $1 million. It's great. $17, but it worked like $1 million.
That's
That's how much a plunger is?
I think it was $17.
Wow,
This
that's
is a nice
actually-
one. It is.
No,
It's
this
like
this is not your little Ace
No.
Hardware plunger. This
No.
is a Amazon special.
which
know
you
what I mean?
can't
Oh, okay.
find
This is an
anywhere.
Amazon
Okay,
recommended
okay.
piece. My plunger was buried in a closet.
Mhm.
Now the new one that I have, even the same one, it's like out with the
You're
toilet
showing it
bowl
off.
cleaner
Hey,
thing.
show it off.
You want
people to
I want
see
to
it.
start. I want to put like
See, my
bedazzles
toilet bowl
on mine.
cleaner has
Yeah.
the same thing. It's like encased in a thingy.
Yeah,
You
we
should have
we don't need
Skeets
to
come over and sign it. It'll be like a collector's item.
There you go.
That's a good
great
idea. I
point.
can do that. You're absolutely right. Why we don't need to have shame for having a plunger out. As long as it's in the receptacle, as long as it's not like, just like you said, the one sitting on the ground. You need that thing that it sits in.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna when you need it, when you
Put it in your closet without the thing. There's no
Yeah.
shame in the Ace Hardware $3.99 special.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. That's true. I just like
Each
here's
your
what you
own,
need.
man.
You need to have one in your house. That's what I learned.
You need to have one in your
Yeah.
house. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
And you can't go get one at Publix right away. And you can't get one at the gas station right away. Learned all this too. Because I think what happened is there's a lot of people in my situation that are running out at 8 a.m. for plungers and they're flying off the shelves.
However, you do, I know I'm not wrong because I've been to your house and stayed at your house. You have 2 bathrooms. So it's not like life.
I actually thought you were going to
altering.
say, you take a skinny shit. I don't know why I thought you were going to say
You
that.
take a quick shit. I'll give
do,
you that.
Yeah.
Phil's one of the fastest shitters.
Yeah.
Phil, sorry.
Drink.
Skeets.
Yeah, drink. Yeah.
Both people I know are very fast shitters.
Well, I told the story. I
Forever.
don't need to go over it again, but I'm going to. I'm an idiot, and the toilet had been clogged, Grish. And because I'm just like a creature of habit, I'm like going through the motions in the morning, knowing that toilet was out of service, and I have a second toilet. Obviously, I was like, I still went to it and made it way worse because it was obviously it was brutal. It was horrible. Sure. That's why I was panicking. That's why I was like calling you in the morning. Like you must have been like, why am I being called?
What's the big deal?
8 o'clock.
Relax. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. And then Nora was like, just leave it. Nothing's going to happen. Just leave it until you do the show. And I was like, I can't sit here and do a show knowing my toilet is clogged.
OCD.
There's no way I can.
Yeah.
There's no way. Agree, Trey. So if you same situation, there's no way you can sit down and talk about basketball for an hour.
No way. No chance. But I mean, I got plungers on deck, dog. Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm taking care of business instantly. Never a question.
Yeah.
First thing to get in your house is a plunger before a bed. Plunge first, bed second.
That's
couch third.
It's good advice. Leigh, you're agreeing.
Leigh's over here nodding. Yeah.
It's one of those things that you can't wait on. You've got to have it ready to go.
You do. I learned the lesson.
Can't wait.
We when our first son was born, we had a plumbing issue like week 1, and you know how crazy it is in that first week when you have a child born. I can't remember how much I paid a plumber to come out and fix it straight away. I said, just fix it. I need everyone in the house to be able to use the restroom as soon as possible. We're going crazy here, man. So
but you weren't holding your newborn over the toilet.
No, but my wife's breastfeeding, and it's like, if she needs to go, I need her to be able to feel that she can go to the restroom without not being able to flush and stuff. And so, I remember.
What did you pay? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I just remember being like, if he turned up at the house, I was just like, just fix that fucking thing, man. Just fix it. I don't care. Just fix it and get out.
Fix it, man.
He must have been like, oh my God, what am I going to
He was like, holy shit, let's fix it and get out of here. Yeah.
This guy's already gave me $1,000. I haven't even been in there to look at it yet.
Because, we had two, we have plumbing for 2 toilets, but we only had 1 working toilet, and there was something happening with the second toilet. Like there was toilet paper coming back up downstairs in the basement, and so we just knew that it was like, because they all kind of go out to the same piping. It was like it's just a matter of time before the toilet itself starts. Yeah, and so
this is great content. Over here.
This is happy hour, baby.
Cheers to the No Dunks crew over here.
I mean,
first of all. Cheers to you guys. One, you don't do enough cheers on this show.
No, I know we don't.
Yeah.
I forgot. I also, what was the strain tonight, TK? What were we working with tonight?
Ice cream cake.
The strain. I asked Trey the strain. Yeah, ice cream cake. That's a new one.
Ice cream cake, new. Also, super glue. We've upgraded the glue around here. So we'll see. Ice cream cake was a birthday sort of purchase,
Yeah.
Last week. So it was fitting.
Nice. You got your No Dunks hoodie there, I see. Finally.
Got my No Dunks hoodie. Got the right size. Yeah, we had a little miscommunication, but I was happy to be wearing a medium. I put on a medium. I was like,
he's a medium now.
Could you believe it? Can you believe the fitness, Grish?
You're doing great.
Hold on. I wear a medium hoodie.
I mean, it was tight.
Is it a little too tight, or
the main problem is the shortness, I would say.
Yeah. No, I do, Grish. I wear a small in our No Dunks gear. Shout out to Breaking Tea. I'm a small t-shirt and I'm a medium hood. Well, yeah, medium hoodie or hood. Yeah, the drawstring one. Yeah.
I'm a little biased. I've been a No Dunks starters Basketball Jones fan for a long time. Mm-hmm. The new gear is great.
Yeah.
I'm loving every minute of it. It's good comfort. This sweatshirt could be worn every day.
Here we go.
It's that comfortable. I've got my favorite of the new batch. I've got it underneath.
You got the Bay Area one.
Right?
I like that one. Zoom into that.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Show the.
Look at this guy. This guy's been swimming. He's looking good.
Show the boobs on cam. Yeah, they're all good. That's my favorite one. That's the one I went with.
Were you a fan of us when we were called the free agents?
Not at all. No, I thought you guys were losers then. I was like, it's over.
Yeah. Same
I would love to see the people who are subscribed to free
Phil,
agents.
did you ever tell the story about looking for lava?
Looking for lava. No, Trey and Kirby would be great at looking for lava.
While you were a free agent at the time, and I was a free agent as well, we were in Guatemala celebrating my 40th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a whole bit. We had a fun night with ice cream, cake, and whiskey and cards and all of it.
Super glue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we did a bit for at least a couple hours about a new podcast, Guatemala's only English-speaking volcano podcast.
That's right.
Called Looking for Lava. And we did the whole thing.
We ran with that for
Hey,
hours.
Skeets, formerly of the Starters, down in Guatemala. We thought it was funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone else did.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sure it was that funny, but we definitely loved it.
But Leigh, have you ever seen an active volcano?
Yeah, I've hiked one. In Chile.
Humble brag.
It's
Yeah.
I find that
Chile.
quite.
Chile.
Yeah, Chile. Yeah, it's true. It is.
Excuse
It's more
me.
Chile. Yeah.
Were you scared at all?
What's that?
Were you scared?
No,
like a little nervous energy.
no. Well, we were supposed to hike up to the top, but they stopped us kind of, a long way out because they said it was getting too dangerous. But when I saw what happened in New Zealand last year, I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yep.
I
find it terrifying
Yes.
because we were
did
like,
a volcano hike, Skeets.
yeah, we did.
We roasted a marshmallow from the ground.
I know.
Like there was a little hole in it, and like they're like, it's their thing, and they're like, grab some marshmallows, and the heat coming and the steam coming off of the ground can roast a marshmallow.
Yeah, I was most terrified, Grish, when we were like driving home. It may have been from maybe we just went to like a town or something, or maybe it was after the volcano hike that we did. But like,
I think you're right. Yeah.
it was at night.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It was at night, so it was dark, obviously, and then one was erupting in the distance.
Yeah,
Like,
an active volcano is the
Oh my
safest
God, I was like-
volcano. It's the dormant ones that pop and explode.
good
and-
point.
and
Good
cause
point.
damage.
Damn,
But
bro.
this place that
Still scary.
Makes you
this
think.
place that we went to, I had saw it on Airbnb. I was like, yeah, let's go do that for the
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Amazing villa. And then my cousin sends me a link and she's like, is this where we're going? And I'm like, yeah. And the link was literally the year before, or however many months before, the dormant volcano erupted.
Yeah,
It wiped out
and
half
destroyed
the area.
basically the whole. Yeah,
There was like a golf course in this, little community or whatever. That was gone. So I'm like thinking in my head, oh, we'll go golfing one day, even though we don't golf.
Go,
Girls
get
can
out
do a
there.
spa day
I'll do
or
13
whatever.
holes tops.
And there was like, half this area was just ash and gone. And then I got worried because I was like, oh shit,
Yeah, they're not, yeah,
does this house exist? Am I getting scammed?
right.
It all worked out. It all was great, but yeah.
But not far from the villa was literally like the path of the volcano.
Oh,
Like the,
100%. Yeah.
the molten. It was crazy.
But seeing it
It's
erupt
scary.
and like literally the lava popping out was amazing.
Yeah, like it was cool because you're like, wow, I've never seen this. When will I ever experience this again? But it is also like you just get scared. I was just like, I don't know. I know no one else is freaking out, like the people that obviously live there, so that's a good sign. But like, it's like there were like alarms and stuff going off, like sirens and stuff. I remember, right? Like at certain points.
I think those were just in your head, but that's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
It went off a couple times, you're right? An active volcano. I like how you put that. An active volcano is safer than a dormant volcano.
Mhm.
But is that?
But
who
you
knows
can.
if that's
Oh,
true?
there he
Oh
is.
my
my, come on.
See, Grish, you
Come
don't have
on.
this stuff. This is why he's
have
better
this
than
You
you.
know what? I do have this somewhere in Canada, and I gotta get to it. But none of them.
gotta-
Like he's got the. What is this pickaxe? What are you doing with that tool?
Well, that's
Right.
what
That's-
the pickaxe.
Yeah, that's how we had to have all that equipment on our way up. Now,
You
I mean,
did
if you
not
look-
have to have any of this.
No, you did.
equipment.
You did.
This
You
is
had
for
to have
the
the
photo,
glasses.
bud. Here,
You had
pass
to
me
have-
the axe. I want a photo.
you should have seen
Post this
how
on my podcast in 15 years.
you should have seen how bright it was. Like I'm wearing those sunglasses not to look cool. It was like because the
Really?
sun reflecting off the snow was incredible. The
Wow.
glare was amazing. And the way you walk up, you don't walk up in a straight line. You zigzag up in a really slow way.
All right.
This is like a spacesuit you got on here too,
Yeah.
man.
Somebody
Yeah.
said, Vincent said, is that a plunger? We have to Photoshop in a plunger into his hand there. I took a giant, I clogged the volcano.
Oh
I took
my
a
god!
giant crap.
Is the only one to save. He saved us all.
Even though I
But you
look
can-
very cool in these sunglasses, I didn't have to wear them to look cool. Okay.
Right.
Well, because
Even though I look very cool with this pickaxe, it was strictly for climbing.
I've got another photo somewhere. I don't know if I can find it, but we're actually sitting.
What is the get up for? Like,
Well,
what do you
because
mean?
it's freezing cold
wear
up there
this.
as well.
Yeah, where are you here? You're
Skydiving
in
off the
This
mountain?
this is in Pucón, a place called Pucón,
Okay.
Mount Villarrica in Chile, and
Chile.
Chile. And yeah, like so we went up there, but you can see it in the background there. It is smoking, so it's like you know, I can't believe we even really got that close. But I do have another photo. I don't know if I'll be able to dig it out now, but where you're sitting above the clouds, and it's an awesome shot because it's just like, look how high up I am.
So who were you doing that with then?
So I went on a trip through South America for like 6 weeks because it ended in Rio for the Millennium's New Year's Eve, and that's where I wanted to be.
This guy, man. I call this guy the international man of mystery every day, and it's like he's still surprised.
That's a hell of a town.
That's cool.
That's one of the top places in the world is Rio for sure.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was flying to Rio itself and get a hotel for New Year's Eve. It was like, you know, from London, it was like £5,000 or something like that, and I just simply couldn't afford that. This trip itself was only about for 6 weeks. It was pretty cheap. It's only like £2,000. So I had to fly into Santiago and then out of Rio, and I was able to do it. And I was able to get like 6 weeks, and then I stayed in Rio for 2 weeks after the trip just by myself. And a few other people sort of hung around, but it was. I mean, Rio for New Year's Eve for the Millennium. There I am. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is exciting. Now, be honest. Look at that nice tan you got going on.
Hey, Leigh, did you see the foot volley that was going on that
Oh
beach?
my God.
Yeah.
That is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
You
How
guys
good
have
they
heard
are
of the
at it.
foot volley?
Yeah,
haven't
I've
you?
seen the clips. It does look amazing.
It's so good. I literally spent an afternoon just watching these guys. They're all betting on the games. So they're all competitive. Everybody's around. So wives and girlfriends and kids and everybody. There's a lot of pride
3 on
in
3
it.
or something?
No,
or
2 on 2.
2 on 2, okay.
And
It's
I mean, the control they have is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
But like seeing how mad they get, it felt like a little bit like White Men Can't Jump, like where they're that angry with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you mess up the play, like you're going to lose this money. Like it was big stakes going down here.
Wow.
And it felt and looked, it was just so much entertainment going on.
Were there
It was
like
great.
specialists? Was there a guy with like a giant foot? You know? Like, it was Bigfoot.
even just the
Comes
serving.
Harry.
Just, I mean, there's a lot of chess. They do a lot of chess. They can juggle. They're good footballers, man.
Okay.
Well, so
Who
that's
knew
the thing.
Brazil?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the thing I noticed. And then they also had kids playing soccer on the beach. And you see these little kids, 7 or 8 years old.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. So then you can imagine when they go from playing on the beach to then playing on a pitch.
Right.
You know, with boots and all. Like it was no surprise to see that how Brazil is so good at soccer, because it's just it's what they do from as soon as they can walk, and they do it. It's such a big event for them to do it. And then this foot volley. I mean, it was just unbelievable to watch that. Just how captivating it is. That should be an Olympic sport. Get rid of beach volleyball and make foot volleyball.
No, hold on. We don't need to get rid of beach volleyball. That's good too. That's entertaining to watch.
Yeah, but foot volley.
But I'm with
There's
you. We
more
should add
skill
this.
involved in the foot volley than the. Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
You're literally-
Have you seen as well?
The control to like juggle a ball, like they're literally off the chest, and then a guy kicks it straight ahead, and then a guy does the bicycle kick like every other time. This isn't like some random thing.
Have you seen them play like table tennis, foot table tennis though as well? It's the same sort of thing where it's like
I thought they just use their heads, don't they?
No, it's a bit slanted, but they basically just play table tennis, but not with their hands, with their feet.
This is in Brazil as well.
Yeah. Ronaldinho,
I haven't seen that.
He's had it up on his Instagram and stuff like that before. So it's the same thing.
You follow Ronaldinho on Instagram?
Yeah, he's a great follower. Yeah,
Just trying to get him on Pop and Pack.
Right.
Well, he was, he was a basketball fan.
Was he?
Yeah.
Drink your beverage.
He was a basketball
Go
fan.
to him, JD. Go to him, please. Please go to him. JD, have another sip. It'd be a good gift, really.
Yeah. Okay,
Pinky out. Yeah.
The one finger up.
Are you guys excited about these Olympics? Or I guess I know, Leigh, you're an Olympics fan. Think you are, Grish. but like I couldn't believe they're still going forward with
I didn't until you just said that.
They apparently are.
I hadn't thought about them and didn't know they were happening.
Yeah,
for sure.
2021.
Well, they
Tokyo,
kind of
right.
I mean, just the
I
TV.
had heard rumors that they were going to cancel it.
There
That's not
were
happening.
rumors, but I don't think they are. Yeah.
I mean, the TV revenue, they need this because every city loses billions of dollars when they host it. I mean, if they go ahead and don't host it at all, then they lose. At least they get to recoup some money if they can put events on TV. But yeah, I mean,
you get no tourism, which is the whole point.
Oh, I know.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't see people from all around the world just congregating together for a couple of weeks. And
so I used to work in the Middle East out of Dubai. We worked with Qatar on some stuff, and now they're doing the World Cup. And I've been seeing like links to like that, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was still going on.
When is that? 2022?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in, but they moved it to December because
of the heat.
Yeah. It's still going to be scorching hot out there then, I think. But,
so it's December 21 or December 22?
No, 22 because it's the even.
So they got time.
It's the even 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I think of football and soccer, first place that comes to my mind is Doha.
Yeah,
I mean,
great city. Great city.
JD, you can go to Japan for the Olympics. There you go.
Great. Awesome.
You want to go? Yeah.
So, who in this group has been to an Olympic event?
Yeah, me.
Yep. Clearly. Because I'll say this, though, because I was living in Vancouver when they did the Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're living there, you get very caught up in the whole local part of it. And like people are like, who cares about the Olympics? And like, we don't want this. We don't want the traffic. Yeah. And then it comes.
You're like, this is awesome.
And it's amazing. Like I was literally running with the torch, like next to Michael Bublé. Right? And then as it's happening, I'm like, what am I doing? Because I live downtown and it was like, oh, they're going to be doing the torch. Yeah. And then there's Bublé. And I'm running, and I'm a terrible runner, but I was running good that day. And then like the events were amazing. Right. Like the hockey, obviously Canada won in a very dramatic way.
And you guys tried to like go to things though, like weird things, like curling.
We went to a couple. We went to like curling. We went to some of the skiing up in Whistler. But it was like it just captivates you. It's amazing.
Yeah. I love the Olympics. I do find it's a little weird that they're going to go on with these. Though I will say, if any country could probably do it somewhat safely, I would trust Japan to figure it out. Yeah. I'd be like, they could probably figure it out more than anyone. I love the Olympics, but I have not. I've said before on the show a long time ago, my biggest regret is not going to Vancouver for the Olympics, because you guys were living out there, you and Dub, and I was like,
and that was the first time that like Canada really took pride in being Canadian, because that's sort of like an American thing of like the flag and the national anthem and all of it, and then the Olympics came and all of a sudden was like it was okay to do the same as Canada. And
Vancouver won some medals too, wasn't that?
I mean, Canada had its best Olympics.
Yeah, right.
Did you get the mittens? That was a big thing, right?
Oh yeah, I got them.
Red mittens.
Yeah.
Oh, those
got the
nice.
mittens, got the hat. Nice. I mean, you just go all in. You literally go all in, and it's great. It's like being a fan of the MLS teams, right?
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like in Atlanta, they're big. Am I wrong?
Oh, huge.
You're not wrong.
But it's not like you don't. Phil, I'm sorry, Skeets. Rick. I'm looking at you. You don't love soccer.
Hold on, this ain't the MLS.
No, this is the Team USA versus Australia in Athens.
Who's the small person guarding the bigger person?
That's the hammer, Shane Hill. Had it on the podcast.
Hill.
What a guy. Is that Vince Carter? 15?
No, that's Boozer, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say that looks Boozer.
I think it's Boozer. Yeah.
Is this like Marbury team and stuff like that?
Yeah,
this
Marbury.
Is the bronze medal team, right?
Bronze medal, that's right. Alan
Iverson. Athens. This is 2004. Tass was here, wasn't he, Leigh?
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, I'm sure you've all seen it, but you guys know the.
No, Vince didn't play though in 2004. LeBron and Dwayne Wade played actually.
Yeah,
right.
And in
this was the Larry Brown coach team.
That's right. Yeah, in this game, Australia led after 3 periods, and I'm pretty sure it was Wade and LeBron in that fourth quarter, as just rookies finished their rookie season that were too much for Australia. So that was
number 7. Was number 7 Brad Miller?
7 was Boozer. 15
Oh.
is Richard Jefferson.
Oh,
But
Jefferson.
that's
yeah.
Boozer at the top. Oh, Jefferson. Wow.
They had,
Who's
they had
down there?
Lamar Odom, Tim Duncan.
Oh, Lamar Odom.
um,
Yeah.
Big
Big,
fan.
fan. Big Lamar Odom
Yeah.
fan.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, you were talking MLS. You were making a weird comparison there.
No, my weird comparison was that it's not like you love soccer, but the atmosphere around MLS
you get caught
is
up
so
in it.
good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I've done it in
absolutely.
Toronto, I've done it in Vancouver, and I think Atlanta's the same. The atmosphere is so great; it's addictive. It's
It
like
hooks
you want to
you.
be a part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
that's what
right.
the Olympics is. It's
Sure.
that times whatever.
For when it's in your city, for sure.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I even just I'm a big fan of watching it and all that. Like I'll get up at dumb times to watch weird
Totally.
Olympic events. I don't know. I find it
summer
fascinating.
though, not so much
Oh.
the winter.
You prefer the Summer Olympics.
Who doesn't? Trey.
You were just saying that was cool going to the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, it
You're
was 'cause
supposedly
that's
being
what
Canadian about it.
what Canada's about. But like,
There's way more summer Olympic events than there is winter
Yeah.
events. There's actually not
Well,
a
I
ton.
think I think though as well they really just tried to because I think it was always the Summer Olympics were bigger, and then in the late '80s they decided to really try to push the Winter Olympics.
Mhm.
It feels like now it's on a par. Didn't they change the
where is the next Winter Olympics? I don't even know.
No idea.
Beijing? Isn't it in Beijing? I think
it?
Beijing were getting it.
That sort of sounds right to me.
yeah,
But
Wow.
or Vienna, Beijing or Vienna or somewhere like that.
Yeah, same thing, right?
One of the two.
The Summer Olympics in 2032 are going to be in Australia. Actually, I think it's might have just been named in the last day or two.
32. So next is Paris, then LA, and then
Yeah, and then
oh
Brisbane.
wow, for
Brisbane.
LA.
Yeah,
Brisbane?
yeah.
it's a Summer Olympic place.
Wow, that's
You know what? I think honestly,
Surfer's paradise, Phil.
I
Bring
think
back
countries
memories?
are starting to sort of be like, it's not worth it.
no,
you
it's
know.
just
Yeah.
no, it's so much money. It's
Why
such
are
a
we just
headache.
bribing? Why are we just bribing Olympics officials for years to host the
Mhm.
Olympics?
Yeah.
That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
And people have soured on it in general too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, LA, there's a big whole no LA campaign going. They're trying to prevent it from happening
Yeah.
out there
Yeah.
because
See, that's one city where, I don't know. It depends what side you hear, but they have the infrastructure already,
Yes.
and they have the stadia and everything. So like,
Yeah.
it kind of makes a little more sense. Whereas some
Right.
of these countries just build it. Like Doha is building 8 venues
Yeah.
to host the World Cup.
well,
they're not even filling
Brazil did something
Yeah, same.
similar
For real.
for the Olympics and for the World Cup. But the problem is it's that public spending. It's money that should go to education
Yeah.
or health. And you're right, LA does have it already, but they're still going to pump so much more into it that should be going
100%.
to better causes.
Mhm.
So-
I remember there was something that they built in Rio. I remember it was like groundbreaking. It was like something they could take apart.
Right.
Like they built something. I don't know if it was like some sort of like mini stadium, or maybe it was even just it wouldn't make as much sense that it'd be just like scaffolding for like the beach volleyball and stuff like that. But it was something they built that they were like, oh, we can actually take it apart. So it's like better that way. It's not like this concrete thing that just sits there. But
Mhm.
yeah. All right. Good Olympic talk. JD, are you an Olympic fan? Are you watching it when it's going on?
Oh, sure, yeah. I love watching it. I think I like the Winter Olympics a little better though. I like the fast. I like the luge, It is when you think about it and when you're actually sitting there watching it after about 20 minutes, you're like, all right, this is pretty boring because it's just watching somebody toboggan down a really fast track. But,
Yeah.
But
I always just get caught up to in like, this doesn't seem fair to a lot of countries. I don't want to luge tracks out there in some countries. It's like, hey, you want to run fast? Yeah, we can all run fast. Hey, you want to like even swim fast? Well, for the most part, we can all get access to water. Like,
sure,
luge track. I mean,
But just think about how fast they go.
Yeah.
oh yeah, no.
If you are the privileged few that can have a luge track,
yeah.
good for you. But like, oh my God, that would be very frightening.
Wasn't
or even
it,
like that, the half pipe, the snowboarding
Snowboarding's awesome,
and ski jumping and stuff. That's awesome. I love that stuff. So
wasn't it the Vancouver Olympics, Grish, where the luger died like
Yeah.
before
Like
the
night
opening
2 or
ceremonies?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
damper on the party scene that night.
I was
going
gonna
to
say that's brutal though.
Yeah, that was.
But
Is
they're
that-
I thought it
Does-
was happened before the Olympics had even started. It was like a practice or something.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It was early on.
Yeah.
And it
Go
was
ahead,
like,
Leigh.
oh,
They got that new event where they kind of race and it's like it's almost like BMX biking, but they're on the skis.
On skates?
Yeah. Yeah.
On skates or ski? Oh no, on snowboards. Yeah.
Oh, snowboards, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good event because it's kind of chaos and it's fast paced.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Love them all, man. Love them all. Collect them all, man.
Love them all.
Collect all the cups.
But the slalom, is it the slalom where they go down and they're going at such a high speed and it's awesome. But then if they lose it and they just, you see their body flying down. It's like, oh my God, that would be awful.
I'm starting to think I like a lot of the winter ones too now I think about it because I love the short track, the speed skating.
Yeah. Because they all knock each other off.
And it's all like
fourth wins the gold medal. And
you're like it's pandemonium.
I was not even close, but everybody fell. So
and even the one where like the team one where they push each other on the ass, like they give a little bump. It's like, what's going on here? I still can never really keep track of it. You're like, hold on, who's leading? How do you know? And like, when do you get to come in? It's still fun. It's like so funny every 4 years when you like pretend you're gonna get into that sport and you like sort of remember the rules, you pick it up, and then it's like, okay, see you in another 4 years.
Australia's first ever gold medal at the Winter Olympics was in Salt Lake City, and I think his name was Steve Bradbury, and he did that. Like he was coming last around the last turn, someone slid and took out the rest of the team, and he went flying past like
that would be so awesome. That would be so awesome.
And the next day, an Australian. What do you call the one where they go the ski and they do the loops and stuff like that?
Aerials?
Yeah. So she had been, I think, Kirsty Marshall, I think her name was. She had been to Winter Olympics before and was billed as being Australia's first ever gold medalist. And so she won the next day, I think it was. But she got trumped because this guy
this guy just was so far back that he avoided the crash.
Yeah.
Smart. It. All right.
Skeets, if you were going to be a skier, which of the skiings would you be doing? Which of them skiings?
So what? Okay, we have
you got like your classic downhill. We'll just call that a downhill, the fasties.
Okay.
You got the most uncomfortable looking one, the moguls.
Oh yeah.
You got your knees bumping,
and then you're doing some tricks on the moguls. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And then aerials.
Is there another category? Maybe, but those seem to me the tops.
Well, yeah, because like within the actual downhill, isn't there like there's a bunch
different ones, slalom and super G. There's all those different names, but I'm just talking straight up. We're going fast one at a time.
See, I don't know if I would enjoy more just like let's go super fast or the jumping and the flipping. I think I'm going aerials. I want nothing to do with the moguls.
Yeah,
like it's gonna do a number on your back and your knees, and like I mean, it looks ridiculously tough too. But let's just go. Question. Yeah.
One more to throw in is the long distance jump, the ski jump. You know where you're you're out there.
That would be mine. Yeah,
that one looks crazy.
That one. What about cross country skiing?
Oh yeah, cross country skiing.
Or the biathlon.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, the biathlon. They shoot a gun at the end. Is that right?
Well, like within it.
Yeah, sure.
It's like they always like now they track like their heart rate and stuff like that. Like when they like, because they're booking it. That's the other stuff with all these things. You watch it on TV and you're like, okay, that sort of looks tough. And then you're like, I'm sure if you're there, like you said, Grish or something like, wow, they were like, you like cross country ski for like 100 yards and you're exhausted, like actually pump it. They're doing it for like kilometers upon kilometers and then stopping and trying to shoot a gun at like a small target, like, like rest your heart and stuff like that and your concentration. I'm going ski jump is my final answer though, Trey. Let me fly. I love heights.
Let me fly. It looks so cool too. The pose of it.
Yeah.
Like the flying V.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice, man. I would also do a ski jump. That'd be great.
All right.
But the practice of that is like, live or die kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You go and like you better land it.
All right, here we go.
Even do you do it? Do you do it into water first?
Foam and water and all that.
Foam.
Like,
yeah.
You've got to land it at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to mess that one up.
Oh no. God, Eddie the Eagle. Yeah.
I mean, it may just be me because I'm watching TV. It doesn't look that hard.
The jumping.
One?
The ski jump. You just go down, you tuck, you leap. You got planks, like
planks,
like 4x4x2s or whatever. The skis are massive.
I would say the landing part is maybe the tough part.
Well, I mean, it's the scary part, but I think I think I could do it.
But isn't that good? Like that, they like feel like they're flying a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I think you can do it.
You got
3
that.
feet.
What's the highest diving board you've ever jumped off, JD, into a
10
pool?
meters. 10 meters.
Wow.
I mean, that's scary up there, that high.
That's
Oh yeah.
And
These guys are way, and women are way higher.
but when you see but what I'm saying is when you see them do the diving and then the flips and the twists and that, like to do that from that height is scary enough.
Yeah, totally.
So to do it like when you're going at high speed off a ski jump, I mean, that must be just, you got to be a psycho to do that.
I think a lot of these people that are doing a lot of these Olympic events are like, they're wired differently. They're adrenaline junkies for sure.
Yeah.
Bobsled?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Would you rather do luge or bobsled, Leigh?
It's the luge.
Two-man luge?
Yeah. No,
Your bottom?
I think the luge. I think the luge. I mean, it is high risk for sure. I mean, the bobsled, they're all high risk, but I think the luge. I think I would like to. I'd give it a try.
Why are you turning into a Canadian? I think the luge.
I would like to.
Yes.
I'd hit the luge at high speeds.
But it's one of those things as well. Like, how much of it are you really in control anyway, or are you just like, all right, oh shit, how we doing? You know, like who knows? Who knows?
But they are. That's the thing. We just can't tell on like. I don't know. They
There's
are.
no track to the luge, right? Like it just. I mean, you're in the whatever that is called.
Yeah, it's like the half pipe.
It's crazy.
When you watch those events, Grish, are you just like, God, that's good ice? God, I'd love to get my hands on that ice.
That
put it
is
in a
some
drink.
big ice.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this when we were talking about Japan. Like, so the Japanese used to love their ice as well. So there was a thing. I lived in Japan a long time ago, and there was a thing where they were like taking glacier ice and putting it in their glasses because it had the tint of the blue and all that, and they were like,
come on.
that's next level.
Yeah. You would do it, wouldn't you?
I just like a big ice. Just giving me a solid ice.
Right. It doesn't need to be special glacier ice.
Our buddy Dub, who you guys know, he had a friend that would make clear ice. Like you freeze it. I think you boil the water.
Yeah, you boil it first.
Yeah, and then you freeze it, and then it's not,
cloudy,
translucent. It's completely clear. It's like, who cares?
You're all about the size, not the look.
I just, give me big ice.
Just give me big ice.
It doesn't have to be clear. I don't need to see you through it.
You just like a simple pour into a big mold. You don't want that pre-work. Not putting in the work yet early. Come on, man.
I want to pivot from Olympics to get your thoughts on the new mail truck. You guys see this?
Oh,
let's show it. I think I sent JD a photo. You seen this, Grish or Leigh?
No, I haven't. Wow.
Look at this. This is like the new mail truck coming. What do you think, Leigh? First impressions.
It looks like a sort of cartoon vehicle.
Like Cars 5? Yeah.
Yeah. Like it looks like a bus, a school bus kind of, but smaller, like a tighter, cuter version.
It looks cute. Tight.
I think it's cute, yeah.
Grish, first thoughts on the new mail truck.
How different is this? I just feel like it's got a nose now.
Obviously a bigger windshield. It's got better, like a sliding door on the side. Yeah, there's like a there's a bunch of cameras on it. It's obviously like more high tech. I think it's electric. I don't know that for sure. Apparently it's obviously much safer is the thing everybody's saying. People think it looks like a dolphin.
Were mail trucks unsafe?
Yeah,
prior to this release.
Great question. I know mail trucks. I read like an article on them once. They were like super durable, like whatever they were built on. And I know nothing about cars, so let me make that very clear. But they were like whatever they were built on, like the chassis or like the frame and the engine and everything. It was like just a super reliable vehicle. But they're really outdated for all these reasons. Like I don't think mail trucks like have air conditioning. Like think about that.
Yeah, that's wrong.
In Atlanta too.
God. Yeah. So like they're so dated that they need new stuff. And it took me until looking at that photo. I don't know. I never thought about this. And Grish, we saw a mail truck today. Their steering wheel's on the other side of the car. I never thought of it.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, obviously, it's like they're like as if they were like a vehicle in Britain or something like that, which makes sense because they got to be on the right side to put the mail in. But I had never thought of it. I had never noticed it. I guess I was the only one. You guys are like, you dummy. Yeah, of course they're on that side.
I don't think I've ever thought about it. But
okay.
This is the first time I've lived in a house in many, many years.
Right.
20 years.
Wow.
Since I was 18 when I left my parents' house in Stratford, Ontario.
Wow.
So I'm getting a lot of new house stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Seeing mail trucks is one of those.
It's true.
I noticed
guess
on this picture,
mail trucks.
the windshield wipers are on the top there
Yeah.
instead of the bottom.
I don't mind it. I like it. It looks unique.
I like
don't
the
mind
big
that.
windshield.
Yeah, I guess that's
gonna
for
be
like
fun.
visibility is important.
Sure.
Obviously,
You
there
can see
must
a
be a
kid
lot of
crossing
people
the
like
street
hit
or
by mail
something.
trucks and stuff, and that makes sense because they're like stopping and going
Yeah.
and stopping and going, and like so much going on. They're obviously trying to get through. All right, let's hear what the stream team thinks of the new mail truck. I'm glad we showed that. I like it, but it does have a Cars vibe to it.
Yeah.
How did you
that's
find
weird.
it?
Yeah. What's that?
How did you find this thing?
It's like in the news, man.
This
Dude,
is
it's
the- okay,
it's a
sorry.
major
I didn't-
drop.
I didn't,
Mail trucks
I didn't
came
get
out.
today's news. I apologize.
Yeah.
Mail
They didn't,
trucks.
they didn't deliver it to you.
Yeah,
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 they
yeah.
did
You
not.
gotta sign up for that.
They're driving around with that photo, putting it in everybody's mailbox. What do you think about this? This is coming.
You'll be excited when you see one,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You're like, oh, it's the new one.
Well, have you ever seen the Domino's self-driving like delivery car?
Mm-mm.
I have
Oh,
not.
I saw
actually
one once. I
seen
got
Oh,
pumped.
that's nice.
Yeah. I was like, I was like, holy crap, this does exist. You saw it on the commercial. You know what I'm talking about, Grish?
I did no.
It's like literally
Who delivers the pizza?
it's like I did not order it. I want to make that very clear. I did not get to go and take it out of this car, but it's like it comes out of the side of the car. Like an
You go
automated
get the
thing.
car when it's in your driveway.
The car drives to you, yeah, and then it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Wow.
crazy looking. You're like, holy crap, this
That's
thing is real.
contactless for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be very excited when I see that mail truck, but I think it's going to be a couple years, so don't get too excited.
Too bad. You mentioned the driving or the steering wheel. Growing up, I grew up in a small town. We didn't even have a mail truck. So our mail delivery person would sit in the passenger seat, which was rigged up to have pedals on that side, but the steering wheel was on the other side. So driver side steering wheel driving in the passenger seat to hand out the mail.
Wow.
They didn't have the right side steering wheel, I guess, for whatever reason. But I haven't thought about that since
They
I lived
made
in my
it work,
house
no?
20 years ago.
You just made me
It made it
realize, like, when we have a garbage truck come to pick up garbage or a recycling truck come to pick up recycling, we have multiple people operating that.
Right.
Why don't we have multiple people operating a mail delivery system? Like you said, why don't we have a driver?
But see, where
then-
I grew up in Michigan, shout out to Royal Oak, we didn't even have trucks. The mail person would carry a bag full
Yeah.
of
Sure.
heavy envelopes and just walk down the lawn.
Yeah, you still see that. I think, like in
Classic,
your
yeah.
neighborhood, Trey, where
Same
I
in Stratford, Ontario, actually.
yeah,
Shout
I
out.
think it's all the size of the city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I always thought those people were driving their truck, and it made more sense to just park their truck and then do that block. You know what I mean, like a newspaper route. And then they're getting back in the truck.
Right. As a
Right.
kid, you don't notice those.
The
Those
intricacies.
details.
You're just
I
like,
know.
wow, mail's here again?
Yeah.
It's like we take a lot of stuff for granted, you know. I know.
No doubt about
It's
it.
like someone is literally just getting that to you every day, whatever you need. And then you get into like, do we even need mail anymore?
Well, I was
That's
just
a whole
going to
other
say
thing.
half the mail
For
you
voting,
get
yes.
goes straight into the recycling bin.
I know it's
You
very
know, you look at it.
Has that always been the way in America that you get like catalogs and pamphlets and that delivered by mail people? It has?
What do you mean? Who was
so.
delivering it
I mean,
before?
like mail order catalogs? Yeah, they've been around for a while.
No, but like I get like in the mail delivered by Uncle Fred, our mailman, great mailman by the way.
You love your mail.
Still got
yeah.
Uncle Fred?
Hmm?
You still
Uncle
have
Fred,
Uncle
yeah,
Fred?
yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he's great.
Amazing.
Yeah. But he delivers like, catalogs and pamphlets from like Publix and stuff that says here, meat's on sale, like, and all this sort of stuff.
Sure.
When we were like growing up in Australia, like we would do that as kids and get paid to do it. Like that's how you do like
Oh, I see.
Oh.
yeah. Like that would never come with the mail, like the postie.
Yeah.
They would
Ah.
deliver.
They probably just struck a deal with USPS or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, or they realize that kids are horribly unreliable when it comes to delivering pamphlets.
Yeah.
Wow, not when you're paying them. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
now.
yeah, when you're
Yeah,
paying.
you deliver 10 and then you throw the other 100
Yeah,
out.
we did that in Stratford. Was that me and you, Phil?
Yeah,
We
Drake.
got paid to hand out stuff, and then we like littered the town
No, that was you and Dub. Yeah, you
Okay.
guys literally like.
And then we had
10
like
and then-
hundreds left that we were just like, throw these in the dump, and we got paid per piece.
I mean, they're getting thrown in
That's
Okay.
why they had to move.
Figure this one out.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I go to the mail, and we live in a townhouse complex, so all the mailboxes are together, and there's a rubbish bin right next to it. And it's basically just everyone just goes, yes,
Yeah.
boom, straight in the bin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
But I've noticed.
But yet they still do it.
Well, yeah, I guess that's working
yeah.
enough.
But if you and as well,
Is
I always think it's so ridiculous when you get Leigh Ellis or current resident.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Like whoever.
Just
We'll just turn it
Just
to whoever.
open this, please. Look at this deal. I
Yeah.
like how like crafty companies are getting with their junk mail to make it look official.
Yes.
Have you noticed this? Like you're like, whoa, this looks like an official, like, whatever. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks like important. And you're like, oh, this must be something important. I better open this. And then you're like, are you happy with your insurance? And you're like, God, how did you do it? You did it. You
I did
me.
that. I did that here. So
Yeah.
I moved in, and then it was like, you got to fill this stuff out. I was like, oh, I better, I got to do my due diligence, fill it out. And then it's literally someone calling me like, yeah, I heard you're interested in some life insurance. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. They're amazing. They just exactly.
Yeah.
They just make it seem so official looking.
That it was just actually like a couple of weeks ago. I got a phone call and someone said, "Yes, I'm just calling because you called us about an insurance offer." And I was like, "I called you." I said, "Yeah," and he was like, "When?" Oh, no, I said to him, "When?" And he's like, "I don't know. It could have been a year or two ago." I'm like, "Okay, listen. You tell me when I called you, because you must have a record of it, and then call me back and we'll talk." And he's like, he goes, "Okay, I'll get that information for you, but can I tell you about?" I said, "No. Before you even get, I want you to tell me when I called you." Okay.
Call me back and tell me when I called you. Then we can talk.
But those people,
I feel like you would be the most fascinating person for one of these people on the other end to get. Like, yeah,
Prove it.
I mean,
yeah.
if I'm in the right mood, I will just, I'll drive them crazy.
Yeah.
I just, not hanging up, not being a dick, or I guess being a complete dick, but not being an angry one. Just asking them just insane questions. Getting off beaten track. Just hang on a sec. I'm just cooking some toast. Just wait there. Just wait. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Cooking some toast. But in a way, don't you think they almost want that? You got to imagine call after call after call is like hang up, fuck off, hang up, fuck off. And it's like, well, at least this guy, let's see where this goes. This guy's making toast. I mean, who knows what he's going to put on it?
Cooking something up in the kitchen. It's getting busy in the kitchen, cooking up some toast.
Yeah, I did it for a very brief time, actually in Surfer's Paradise, where I did telemarketing, and it was the worst. Yeah. Oh my god, I hated it. I mean, I told this story a million times, but the only good call I ever had was, everybody's gonna have to drink here. I called up. I forget what we were selling. I'm like, hey, this is Phil calling. Hey, this is Phil calling. Hey, this is Phil calling. Hang up. I don't want any. Yeah, okay. And finally, I said, hey, this is Phil calling, and the person said, this is Phil Collins. And they were like super pumped. I've told this story literally 10 times.
It kills every time. Man.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And it was great. And I started dying, and then we were laughing. I'm like, no, I said this is Phil calling, and she was a good sport, but it was very
hung
fun.
up immediately.
But otherwise, it was one of the worst jobs I've ever had, and I've had a million dumb jobs, and it's like just sucks your soul out of you, especially.
It reminds me, Phil. I'm sorry, Skeets.
No, drink.
You used to deliver newspapers to a nearby hospital in Stratford.
Yeah, across the street.
Long time ago.
Yeah, that was fun.
And that was a good gig when you were 13, 14.
Awesome. If it rained, didn't matter. I was inside.
It was fantastic. Yeah. And I remember helping you out with that gig. And we had a friend, Rob Armstrong, who and part of the gig was going to certain rooms and delivering the paper that they had ordered. Yeah, the subscription based. Yeah. And then the other part was selling the other few that you had. So you go around to different rooms in the hospital where people are staying and asking them if they want to buy a paper. That's not the best part of the gig.
No, that was the worst part.
But I remember Rob being literally the worst salesman of all time. You guys kind of cringily go in. You guys want a paper? Nah, no, you don't. I don't want to bother you.
Well, yeah, because you're walking into hospital rooms where like some heavy
And
stuff
some
might be
people
going
are like
down.
doing
Yeah.
well, and some people are not doing well.
Yeah.
And
It was a weird job.
you don't know who wants a paper.
I mean, the truth is, you're in a hospital. You're on your back. I mean, if anything, if I was in there,
Could be anyone.
I might want the paper. Like I
Yeah.
don't got a lot else going on. A lot of them didn't have TVs at the time. I remember in there.
Now that I look back at it, that's a lot to see and witness when you're 13 years old.
Oh yeah. The crazy part is like you'd have like okay, I got like all these subscribers, and then you would show up and you're like, hey, where's Grace? And they're like, oh, no one told you? And you're like, seriously? It's like Grace is gone. You're like, oh my God, like what? Like and then you're like a 13-year-old kid. Like, what do I do with her paper? And now it's another one I got to get rid of.
Yeah, now you got to go
Weird
sell
job.
it to the other guy in 20B. Damn.
But I mean, we're joking about it, but I actually really liked it too. It was sort of a sweet job. I mean, some people are like super lonely. First off, so like the smallest interaction,
They'd like want to talk to you and hang out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And like a lot of them were very nice and like older and elderly people. The sad part, of course, when they passed. And then, but like, I don't know, it's like you start to become like, I don't know. Some people are afraid of hospitals, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like some people are terrified of them. And they're, don't get me wrong. I don't love going to a hospital. Like no one does, but like there is a weird smell, that sterile smell and the lights and like the energy is obviously weird because people are not doing well. And it's strange, but you just become a little more accustomed to it because you were there every day as a kid. And it was like, oh, it's not that bad. The worst part of that hospital is there was a psych ward in that hospital that I had to go in to deliver the paper inside. I had to be buzzed in.
I remember that. Yeah,
and that part was always that was a bit of a wild ride when you're a 13-year-old. Like, wow. I mean, you see some things you're like, oh, okay. I mean, it was scary at times.
Why are they letting a 13-year-old?
I don't know. I was like, why
I'm
can't
going
I
back
leave
to
this
it, like,
paper right
wow.
here? But they wanted me to come right in and hand to them. Yeah, it was really strange.
I guess actually it's probably the other way. It's like just send the 13-year-old kid here. Who cares?
Yeah. No, and like nothing like happened, but you obviously, you know, people are not
some
doing
sights.
well, and they're going crazy or whatever, and like fights are breaking out. You're like, holy crap, it was wild. Not a lot of times, but sometimes.
JD, how old are your kids?
My kids, 14 and 12.
Okay. So you got to get them a paper out to get them working at the hospital or
know.
something.
Paper out.
You know?
Something. The paper route doesn't exist anymore.
No,
Yeah, I
right?
don't
Like
think it
it's a
does.
different world than it used to be,
Yeah.
for sure.
And you had like collection and stuff. That was
yeah.
actually why
you were chasing people for cash.
Yeah, that part was weird. But in a way, my route in the hospital was better than a normal paper route because that they had to like every month or whatever was like you had to go collect. But because the way it was set up with mine, there wasn't as much of that. And it was like you said, Grish, like a lot of like, I was literally like, do you want a paper? It's $1. Like literally just like, give me the $1. And then I like tally it all up. But the collection was always the worst part. Yeah. Like, and these
Did you have
people
that?
sometimes, so go ahead.
Were you like a tough guy when you come in for collections?
No. What did I
Time
care?
to-
I
time to
couldn't
pay
care
up.
less. It was like, it's time to pay. I don't know where my checkbook is. Okay, I'll see you. Like, I don't
See ya.
care. It's not coming out of my pocket. It's all
Right?
the Stratford
Yeah.
Beacon Herald. What do I care? I mean, as long as they weren't taking it from me, I did not care. I was like, this is an
That's
old
right.
elderly woman. She can't find her checkbook. You know, like, who cares, man? Just paper on me. Paper on the Stratford. Crazy job.
Charges to the game.
What's the craziest job you ever had, Leigh?
Craziest job I ever had. Well, I worked in a call center as well for like cable TV in Australia, where it was just like people calling in sales who were out like door knocking. Basically, this was like in the this was about 1998 when cable TV just really started to explode in Australia. So people just knock on the door saying, "You want cable TV?" They get a sale. That was one of the calls that I would get. And the other call was like the sales technicians who would come in and they had to call you in and you had to basically activate it over the phone. So,
So you're in a center
yeah.
and they're out there.
Yeah.
And you just press a button on a computer, basically?
Well, you just type in a few things,
Yeah.
it brings up their house and that, and then you basically just press a button. It's like, all right, great. And then I did that for like 6 weeks. And I was just like, what the hell am I doing here? And I went away for a weekend golfing, actually, with some buds. And so I called in sick.
Here's a
I called
picture.
in sick.
I feel like you never worked. You're always off for like 8 weeks at a time, 10 months at a time. All right, see you later.
Yeah, well, I called in sick like at 3 a.m. on the because I think we left on a Thursday and I was supposed to work the Friday. And I called in at 3 a.m. Said, "Yeah, I'm sick. I can't come in."
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, they didn't get it though. It went to a voice, like an answering service, and so I just didn't turn up according to them. And so Monday, I was back in the office, and they were like, "Where were you on Friday?" And I was like, "I'm sick." What? I called in, like, no. What do you mean? No one knew. And I was like, I called in, and I had a tan, and I was looking great. Like, I was sick as a dog.
Sick.
Yeah, I didn't last long there though. Nah.
Ironically, they're like, "Show me where you called." Like you with that guy that called you the other day. Just show me where you called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. But it was
okay.
Yeah, it actually paid pretty well. It was like
it's the best job I ever had.
Yeah.
Trey, worst job you ever had?
Worst job I ever had was like working in a science lab cleaning test tubes. The most boring thing. That was super boring, but I worked in a hospital all through college as well. And it's crazy. It is crazy. Like the craziest job to have, where like I would work mostly on weekends. So I would be out so late on like Fridays and Saturdays, and then have to wake up 3 hours later and drive into work at 6 a.m. to push patients around the hospital to all of their various procedures. And like, it's college, so you're partying, and then there's nobody, like they close the certain wards on the weekends. So I go like hang out in some empty maternity chairs in the dark until my phone lit up. Like, just chilling. All right. Going down to the x-rays. Heading to the x-rays real quick.
So what would you do? You just moved a lot of people around?
I was a patient transporter. So I would take anybody from their room to wherever they needed to go, like a CAT scan or an x-ray or whatever, a surgery, something like that. But then also it's kind of like you're just known as a person who moves things around. So at any time, anybody needs to get moved. We had a lot of bariatric patients. So if there were falls, it would take a lot of people to lift these people up that were having these procedures done. So like, I don't know, there'd be like 10 of us that would have to come down and help get people back into their beds. We would have to deliver bodies to the morgue when they passed away, doing stuff with the psych
stuff
wards
you don't want to be doing when you're hungover.
Oh man. And it was like the things where you're like, you get in your car and then you just show up at work and you're like, interesting. I thought I was at home still for a second here, but suddenly I'm working in a hospital.
Sounds busy, man.
Yeah, it was a weird time working in a hospital, but it was also like that's what I did. I was in school for health science, so I was like, I got to get this experience. I got to see this stuff. So I don't know. It wasn't weird at the time to me, but now looking back, I'm like, man, a lot of weird stuff happened for 3 years
in
straight.
School for health science, right?
That's my degree.
To be what? When you
I wanted to go to med school,
to be an NBA podcaster. Duh.
Yeah. Where else are you going to learn the ways? I just liked science. I just was a science liker for a long time. And the school I went to was like known for health science and medical school and pushing kids to medical school and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I just clearly did not. I worked in pharmaceutical sales afterwards. Boring. And what about you? Then, that's it.
Sorry. No, keep going.
No, it's nothing.
Tell us all about pharmaceutical sales.
No. I was mostly doing pharmaceutical research, the most boring stuff. But that's when I started working on the internet as well at work. That was the great thing, is once you actually get to sit at a computer, they don't know what you're doing always, right? Mm-hmm. So I would just dick around on the internet for a long time, and here we are. We are.
Dicking around on the internet. Oh, I did so much dicking around on the internet. It was incredible.
Gotta dick around.
I think I just blocked the guy in the chat that kept asking the cereal question. I think I did it for everybody that seemed to be upset with this guy. I put him in a timeout at least. So I hope that was who you guys were all talking about. Grish, what's the craziest job you ever worked, or the worst job? I guess is a better way to put it.
I mean, I did a lot of jobs with Dub at the mall. We were clowns. I was the MeatEater to his Easter bunny.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was always fun, seeing weird parents, wanting their kids to sit on the Easter bunny's lap. The worst or weirdest, I think, for me personally, I used to, back in Stratford, 17, I think, working at a farm, cutting grass. Mm-hmm. And then the last day, the next day, literally the next day, I was flying to Greece with my family for like a summer vacation. I'm half Greek, so that's where a lot of our family was. And this woman was like, "Hey, come help me out in the barn real quick." I'm like, "All right, great." And it's a pig farm. And like I go into a barn and it's like squealing, like thousands of pigs, right? And like some nasty stuff. Like there's some aborted pigs in buckets over here. Ugh. There's a lot of squealing and everything. She picks up 2 baby pigs by the rear legs and hands them to me. Like, hold these for a second. And I'm like, city boy Grisham over here, like, what? And I just got 2 bigs squealing around, and I was just like, okay, that's my last day.
Why was she asking you to hold them?
Just hold them because we're going to go do stuff. Like, we're going to transport them over here or do whatever it was. But I was like, I didn't get paid to hold pigs or see what I'm seeing right now. Yeah.
You're just you're a city boy. Terrified. She was testing you. Terrified. She was like,
I think we were talking about this the other day. Was it me and you? I dated a girl in high school, and her dad had a dairy farm.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the MeatEater, the hunter guy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was talking about it earlier.
Yeah, she was like, I was like, I really want to milk a cow. Like, I think that'd be cool, right? And she's like, yeah, we can do that. So we go visit Dad, who's got the farm, and I get up close, and I'm like, I'm not touching that thing. Like, no way. I don't want to milk a cow. I mean, the idea sounds great. No, I'm not.
But when you saw it, you weren't as into it.
Yeah, I'm not squeezing on these udders and getting down. No, thank you.
Sounds so good on paper.
Right.
You were being judged hardcore when you were like, oh, I don't want to do it, by the dad, by her, by the
one family. Of my worst moments. Very quick story. Quick tangent here.
We don't got to be quick. There's nothing quick about this happy hour. Yeah.
Same girl, same dad. We're
same cow?
Not a cow.
Oh,
different.
We're going. We're on his boat, and we're going water skiing. And I've never been water skiing.
Okay.
So, girlfriend at the time, she's skiing, doing great, very great. Her like half brother, who's like 9 or 10, killing it.
Yeah.
The other half brother, 7, dominant. Right. Hey, Dave, you give it a try.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
You're gambling.
I'm like literally like 17. I'm a senior in high school. I can't stay up. But you know how it goes with water skiing. You fall. Yeah. Like you don't even get up. Like you go,
yeah.
And they got to circle around.
Yeah. You float there for a bit.
So right, we did that 5 or 6 times until my ego was like 0, and Dad's just like rolling eyes, like okay,
like wasting gas out here.
Dating?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Worst moment. That's my worst job I ever did. Being a girlfriend to that or boyfriend to that girl. Oh my God. Terrible.
It's not easy though. I don't know if anyone here can water ski. I know Laura. Can't Laura water ski really well?
Laura is infuriatingly good at water skiing. She grew up on a lake. Easy. So we've been water skiing, I think maybe 3 times since we've been together. So not very often. And every time she's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it anymore. I don't know.
God, she's like trying to make you feel better. That's why.
Like James Brown at the end of a show. She's like,
is she doing it on 2?
I'm gonna be able to do it.
Is she doing it on 2 skis or 1?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
One with the water.
She's going barefoot.
She's like, boom, and she's like standing up, just like shaking her hair as she's going all around to the point where she goes for such a long time that she's like, stop. I'm getting bored. Like, she's like, I've just been out here skiing so long. Meanwhile, I'll try for like 2.5 hours. I'll just keep going as many times as possible. And I will get up for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you're a constant embarrassment. So this doesn't go away. I felt like more practice.
Very often, but that's the thing. It's like, if I had practice, I feel like I could do it. If I could do it 3 summers in a row, I think in the 3rd summer I would be able to actually stay up. But if it's like once every 8 years, no chance. But I'm gonna try like every single time to like, this is the time. This is the one, and it never is.
Oh, it's
so
tough. It doesn't look that hard. Is the thing.
No, it doesn't.
Like you could just do it.
It's easy.
Well, that's what everybody who's
I
great
think
at
it's easy.
skiing
Well,
says.
I don't. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I don't know.
It's the same
I
thing
don't
with
find
like
it easy
skiing
either.
and snowboarding. Like it's just the same thing.
Oh, skiing, yeah.
If you can't do it, they just look at you with this disappointment. Like
You're
just
like,
trying to
"What's
go
wrong
down the
with
hill,
you?"
man. Like we don't want to wait around. Like just get up.
I'll see you at the
and, you know,
chalet, man.
and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the ski jump. It's easy.
Exactly.
JD,
Do it.
JD, I assume. I mean, well, I was gonna say I assume your worst job was maybe being a waiter or a server, but
JD's worst job is doing this thing
Yeah.
every day.
We're doing it right now.
right here.
Yeah, where you guys, I got a new idea. How about we do this?
Yeah,
This
do
will
a
be
3-hour
great
show.
content. And then JD's
Nice.
sitting behind the scenes going, okay, I'll do
This
it.
is when
I'll
JD
figure it
gets to shine. This is if anything.
This is why I
NBA
meant to
happy
say
hour.
want
earlier
this
in the
too.
show, cheers to JD.
There you
Put this
go.
in the camera. There
There
you
you
go.
go. Cheers to JD.
Literally making the magic happen all the goddamn
Oh
time.
my god.
No doubt. No
Thank
doubt.
you, JD.
I'll drink to that.
Thank you.
What's your worst job though ever besides this one, JD?
I think my worst job, waiting tables is bad for sure. Like
Never done it. Yeah.
it's not fun. I mean, it's a terrible job, but if you're in a good restaurant with a lot of cool people, it can be fun. Like the behind the scenes can be a lot of fun. I mean, I met my wife and most of my friends in the service industry.
Right.
working. So, but I think my worst job was being a host at the CN Tower, the world's tallest freestanding structure at the time. And when I say host, that basically means elevator operator.
Oh wow.
Right.
You did that.
I was the guy that operated the elevator. You would come in, you would see me, and I would welcome you onto the elevator, and for 58 seconds, I would take you to the observation deck, and then I would have to say a speech, right? Like
58
the
seconds.
commentary,
At least
yeah,
it's only
that's-
that long, I guess.
well, yes, unless there were high winds, and then it was a 4-minute ride
What?
because they
really? They
Slow
slowed
it
it
down.
down.
high
'cause it's-
winds they slowed down. Yeah. because of the-
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So were you
those-
like waking up every morning, checking the wind, going, "Oh, God, please don't."
Oh,
totally.
windy today.
Oh, please
Totally.
don't. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was not good. And it was the good thing was that they rotated you. They would only allow you to do it for an hour a day, right? An hour at a time. So you would have an hour off and an hour on, and then you would have to go do crowd control
Something
or,
else.
or the information desk or something like that. But like your ears pop literally a thousand times a
wow.
day, right? Because of the pressure change. And it was bad. And one time I lost my name tag, and they gave me you had to wear a name tag, so they gave me a name tag that said Ed. ED, Ed. And I feel bad for Eds. Like I got so many like, it's Mr. Ed is taking us up on the elevator today. I was just like, wow, walk in another man's shoes for an hour on the fucking elevator at the CN Tower,
walk up
man.
the stairs at the CN
Yeah.
Tower.
Oh, and I've done that. Yeah. It's tough.
Well, how long is that, JD?
How long does it take you to do it?
Yeah.
God, it must have taken me a couple of hours. I mean, or not a couple.
No, to walk.
It was less than an hour. It was less than an hour.
I did it. I did like one of those charity runs up
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I ran up it, and I still think it took like running. And I, for the most part, was literally trying to book it,
Wow.
and it took still, I want to say 20 minutes. So like
Wow.
if you're
Yeah.
walking it,
That's a
like
walk, yeah.
yeah, it's taking probably an hour.
That's
It's
got to
pretty
be
cool
like
in
less.
there because the stairs go up in the middle. Did you go up the middle or did you go
Ooh.
up the? Because they used to have the staircase.
Oh, I don't
the
know where I was.
outside. But yeah, they used to. But when they did the like the chair, those kind of charity events, it would be up the middle of the tower, which was pretty cool.
I got like, I started to get sick because you just like are running in circles because you're only going up so many, like it's so quickly, like you're turning around, right? Like you're hitting like these landings and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that. Oh,
exactly.
God. Like that part was starting to like make me sick. I'm like, I'm literally just going in circles here. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'd rather be milking a cow.
Yeah.
It was,
You
it was not good.
wouldn't. No,
Okay,
you
so
wouldn't.
so you just had the same spiel, right? Do you remember your spiel?
I mean, vaguely. Welcome
Give it to us.
CN
Come on.
Hey, welcome to CN Tower. Bienvenue à la tour.
Hey, what's up, Ed? Stupid name.
Yeah.
What are you, a horse?
Hi, Ed. Welcome to CN Tower. Right now, we're traveling at 20 meters. 20 meters or 6 feet per second. We'll reach the indoor observation level in approximately 58 seconds. And then you would upsell them. You would say, hey, for an extra $2, you can go up to the space deck. And that's the world's highest observation level at the time. Not anymore. It's not close anymore. And then on the way down, you would say basically the same thing. Welcome back. We're traveling the same speed you went going up, 20 feet, 6 meters per second, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's about the same speed as a falling parachute. And then this was my joke. I think I've said this before on the show. When we reach, so it's the same speed as a falling parachute. So when we reach the ground, we would ask you to bend your legs, tuck, and roll. Killed. It killed most of the time.
Killer.
Oh yeah.
Except when people thought I was serious. And then they'd be like, holy shit. Like, are you serious? Are you serious, Ed?
Ed's getting some payback here on the people making fun of your name.
Somebody asked if you got tipped for that, JD, in the comments.
Never. Not
No,
one.
I was going to say no
Not
way.
one.
People are
Not
paying
one.
a lot of money already to do that. So there's no way you're getting tipped.
And there was a lot of people, a lot of Americans were very confused about the CN Tower because they would, I would say more than half, more than 50% of the people that went to the CN Tower in Toronto, Canada, thought that they were going to the CNN Tower and that it had some affiliation with CNN, the news network.
No way.
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding. Like,
It's like, do I have to pay the extra $2 to see Wolf Blitzer in the space observation or whatever the hell the observatory deck?
And the other thing was because it's bilingual country, they had a brochure. Right. And everybody walking around with these CN Tower brochures, but if you flip it, it's in French, so it says "La Tour CN." But Americans, no, sorry, Grish and Trey, they would just be like, "I'd like to go to the LA tour, right?" Because they would see "La Tour,"
that's awesome.
CN, and then it would just be like, "What you?" Sorry, do you think you're going to see LA up there? Or
they should have had a small little LA exhibit.
Hey, it said LA tour on the sign. Yeah,
exactly.
Wow.
So,
JD, question from the stream team here. Did you ever meet a celebrity?
Good.
Good
Good
question.
Good.
I took one Gordon Sumner up on a private 58-second trip to the indoor observation level. Gordon Sumner, who you say?
Yeah.
Well, that would be Sting, guys. Sting.
Wow. That's better than Matty O's elevator rides. Didn't he have Kurt Russell the one time?
Kurt Russell
and John Malkovich.
Did he have Malkovich?
Yeah.
Too?
Malkovich is a good
Sting
one.
is good.
Sting's better than
Sting's
both those.
good. Who else? I had
Sting's more popular.
Corey Hart one time. Corey Hart.
Ah, cool. Did he have his
Canadian
sunglasses on?
That's a good question. I don't think he did. It was at night too. No sunglasses.
Oh,
Wow.
you could have made that joke. That'd have been good.
Yeah. Too bad. The guitarist for Honeymoon Suite, literally who?
Really?
Okay.
I think it peaked with Sting anyway.
Sting.
Sting was.
Was that a solo shot, or did he have company, or what
He
was
had
happening there?
his.
Were the police
He
with him?
had his no police. He had his son with him, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and his publicist.
Did you do the same joke on the way back down, or?
Well, I only took him up, unfortunately.
Did you were you in control of operating the CN Tower? Like the elevator?
The elevator, yes.
Like it was you. It wasn't like someone else or automatic or something.
Well,
like that.
it was, it was like an elevator when you move, right? On the service settings. So
okay.
I could make the door close and go up and tell it where to go, but I wasn't adjusting the speed or anything. Although,
yeah, right.
We would do this thing where they would actually, if there were two elevators in the same shaft, it was a glass elevator, right? You could see out, obviously. And you could And as they were descending, if they were descending at the same time, one would go faster than the other. Weirdly, I don't know why. Like just slightly faster. So, you would be in it and then it would be almost like a race, right? Going down. But sometimes you would have an elevator full of people. And if I was by myself in the elevator, which happened from time to time because you would time it that way, right? Because your buddy would be in the next elevator and you would be like purposefully behind them. So you would have to go up and down and my elevator would always be empty because they would fill up with all the people and then I would go down. So anyways,
Gotcha.
So as we're coming down, I would just fucking jump like as high as I could. Boom, boom, boom. So it looked like people were like, oh my God, because I would be my elevator was traveling faster, right? So it would look like my jumping was making the elevator go faster. It would blow people's mind. Yeah, it was awesome.
It's power.
Yeah.
Another good comment here. Could have been a good joke to use on Gordon. JD, you could have said that to him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was the other thing. 20 people limit in the elevator. My record was 37.
Wow.
Oh man,
You should have seen
This
us
just shows
test
us
that
one of the
why-
tallest
down.
freestanding structure of the world.
Yeah.
I can't believe you were able to even I didn't think you'd be in control of that. I thought someone else would be sort of like
No, it was all
Part of his
all
job.
me.
You count them in.
Yeah,
Let's go.
like,
Let's go.
make sure no more than.
Are you guys together? Are you together? Oh, you got to
Yeah.
take the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you got off on that. Sometimes I'd be like 5 only. But then there were days when I just felt like we would have competitions among each other. Like it was the 80s. I was a teenager. I'd be like, fucking get this elevator as packed as possible. I want to just see how many people.
37. Were you
37.
Were you the
Wow.
record of the team, or did somebody?
That day for sure. I don't know.
Wow.
But years later, my friend Dave worked there for a few years after I left. And he actually holds the record for being the person who was stuck in the elevator for the longest amount of time at the CN Tower. And it was almost 9 hours.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Jeez.
This is pre cell phone.
Pre-cell phone, yeah.
This
No
is-
iPhone,
man.
nothing.
Could have used the Stratford Beacon Herald paper. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no 13-year-old kid selling papers.
No, I was there. I popped my head in.
We came up.
Yeah.
Hey, you want
Any
a
interest?
paper? Can you get me
I
down?
was I was a great paper boy. Let me tell you, man.
Yeah.
You know the
Hey,
video
Grish.
game Paperboy? They made it off of me, man. I go through tornadoes, breakdancers, dogs.
I think
wow,
the tallest
9 hours.
building is in Dubai now, isn't it, Grish?
Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
So it's a race to the top always. So Burj Khalifa is, I think.
Yeah, I think
soon
Malaysia
it's going
had
to
it for a
be
while. but-
China and then Saudi Arabia and then back to Dubai.
Wow.
They're building another one in Dubai.
For the World Cup.
That's
So-
incredible.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's Qatar. Sorry.
Yeah. But they're literally building another one because they know they're going to be, someone's going to beat them.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing. Oh my God, that's so weird.
It's a thing. It's always been a thing, right?
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
Yeah.
well, the CN Tower did that, didn't they? I think at one
But
point.
then you get into this whole building thing and
Yeah.
in freestanding structure and like
Mhm.
what is a building with the needle at the top and
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you go up the one in Dubai? Because I never did when I was there visiting you.
no,
Right? We
you
didn't
can
do
go up to a certain point, but it's not like anything that impressive where the observatory deck is. Because
Oh.
I think the Sheikh owns the top 4 floors.
it. Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay.
And if you know anything about Dubai, the Sheikh's son, one of the Sheikh's sons is like this big adrenaline junkie. So he like hangs off it and jumps off it and does
Like
all sorts of
Beast
stuff.
jumps off it. Like
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Oh wow. That's pretty cool.
Why not?
I guess,
Follow
I
his
mean-
Instagram. I think it's Faz, F-A-Z, if you're Canadian. I think Faz, I think that might be it. But anyway, this guy he just lives he's a 35-year-old billionaire
Right.
who does whatever he wants to do. And that involves jumping and diving and doing awesome stuff.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
mean, people are saying shout out to the Sears Tower. for my Chicago peeps.
Willis Tower.
Yes, that's
Still
right.
the tallest building in the world in my books.
Oh wow!
I mean, there are several taller buildings.
I like the glass cubes they got going.
Yeah, that's a great feature. That's a great feature.
You've been
How
in that,
high
right,
on the
Trey?
list is that? I think I've been in that with you.
I think so too. Yeah.
In the glass cubes.
Was he selling you a newspaper?
Yeah, we had to go back up a few years later to collect. He's like, "You owe me $1." I was like, "Okay, well, let's go back up."
My only paper route is just like high buildings and hospitals. That's the only thing I do. It's very strange, but you say like you don't ever call it the Willis Tower though, right, Trey? That's always Sears Tower to you.
That's always the Sears Tower to me. Just how it is. Like, I don't know, the CN Tower, it could be renamed someday. I'm sure you'll still call it the CN Tower.
I'm surprised they haven't renamed it, actually.
That's true. Yeah.
But is the Sears Tower off of like the Sears company, or is this Sears Tower?
I think it's part of Sears company, at least back in the day, but I don't have any idea. I'm not.
Because I always find that interesting when they rename like arenas or stadiums, and when it was like, they're not renaming Yankee Stadium, but it's Yankee Stadium, and then they rename it something else. People get upset.
Oh yeah,
I get that. But some people get upset when they like change the naming rights of the arena, and you're like, who cares?
Oh, the ACC,
like the Toronto one,
like
the ACC to the Scotia Bank. It's still a big company paying millions of dollars to name it. Like who? It's not like Skydome and Rogers Center.
Right. Because Skydome wasn't a brand. I mean, it was, but it wasn't like a company already, a previously established company.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true. But it just sounds cooler. And the ACC was like, they called it the hangar. You got the whole Air Canada thing. It's just people, and you come attached to it because it's the first thing. And then you're like, I don't want to call it a bank. Why would I want to call it Scotia Bank Arena? It's horrible.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's my personal opinion on it. There's a bunch of T-shirts you can buy, like a whole series I've seen online.
Totally.
I can't think of them right now. Like
I still call it Shea or whatever.
I call still the Vet, right, or something like Philadelphia. Yeah, because people are. But you're that's a good point, Grish. Like those are a little different because they're not already a brand.
No, that's the name of the place. And they sold out, if you will.
Right. That's a good point. Okay.
All right.
Anything else? Anybody wants to talk? Hey, what's your favorite Hootie and the Blowfish song, Grish?
Oh yeah, gotta be a big Hootie fan. You ever seen Hootie in concert?
You've seen you and Leigh like battling it to go to be to other countries.
Yeah.
You guys could battle for concerts too. You guys have both been to a lot of
shows as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, never a Hootie and the Blowfish concert.
Wow.
That's unfortunately. Fortunately, for sure.
Honestly, like my memory of Hootie and the Blowfish is very limited.
Okay.
And I'm kind of mixing them up with Bare Naked Ladies. Hate to do that.
Oh my God.
Taz would kill it.
I mean, I don't know. What's
you
the
don't
big
know
one?
what? Hold on.
He's wearing the Dolphins hat or something. Give me like 3 names of Hootie songs.
Well, you can't really honestly like pull a Hootie song from your head, like the chorus or whatever the name of the song.
Pull a Hootie, man.
No, I'm serious.
I mean, I can as soon as you say.
Once
like,
you get one, you're going to get 4.
Okay,
or 5,
let me say the first. Let me say the first 2 words of the song.
Okay.
I only
want to be with you.
There you go. I knew it.
Hold my.
See, I don't know many other ones.
I did this once. Speaking of shows, I went to a Toronto show to go see Bryan Adams, Canadian legend, right?
Yep.
And in my head, I was like, I only know 3 or 4 songs. And Robin Hood, whatever that song was, like top of the list.
Yeah.
Summer '69. Anyway, I would go to the show. He might have played 20 songs. I knew like 19.
Yeah.
Like there was like one song I didn't know. It was just banger after banger.
It's ingrained in you. You just didn't realize it.
So some people, it goes back to shows. It's not about sometimes who you see. It's like how well they perform and like obviously the quality of their songs.
But you knew way more than you thought you did. Was the point.
100%. So maybe if you bring me a Hootie show, I might be dancing all night long. But right now, I could tell you no songs.
You're not going to be dancing. It's more of a my hand, holding a beer, wearing a cap. Yeah. That's all.
How did we get to Hootie?
Trey went.
The cover
Post Malone released a new
a
single.
That was a big, yeah. Okay. That's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. So Post Malone put out a cover of a Hootie and the Blowfish song. Duh.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Clearly. Doesn't it make sense now?
Do you not even read the news, man? You don't know about mail trucks. Yeah.
Is it good?
It's not bad.
It's not
Post Malone's a talented artist for sure.
Hey, if you like
Is he?
Post
Because
Malone,
all he's
you'll
doing
like
is
it.
other people's songs, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He pulled the old Weezer and do the whole cover album.
Yeah.
Why not?
Weezer.
Full of Weezer. Right? You were, Grish, growing up, a big Doors fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you had a big Doors phase, I remember.
oh yeah, blacklight posters in my room. So I think there was a, like at least people. So I'm 41 years old. For people of my age group, like and I have parents that like grew up in like classic rock, right? Like that's the thing. So like when you hit 13, 14, we had our own movement of like Nirvana and Soundgarden and the Chili's, who are still a favorite of mine. But like you, it's like this thing you have to go through, this classic rock phase. So your favorite bands when you're 13 and 14, you got it. Like you just have to like the Doors and Zeppelin. I mean, Beatles and the Stones, easy.
Yeah.
And then you just keep diving down. But like,
Right.
I had a fascination with Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy?
James.
James. Jim Morrison. I mean, still a great band. Don't get me wrong. Amazing band. But I don't listen to much classic rock because I used to, for sure.
So you're just saying because of your parents and when they grew up and they were into it.
I think it was part of definitely I grew up on classic rock as like a little kid. And then there becomes an age where you like, it's cool to like those bands.
Yeah.
And I admittedly went full on, like my room was like lava lamps and blacklight posters and Jimi Hendrix and the Doors and Zeppelin and Janis. Remember our friend in Stratford's dad?
Yeah.
Was the guitarist for Janis Joplin.
Yeah, that was pretty
on the Pearl album and played at Woodstock.
Wow.
That was cool.
Jesus.
His posters were way better than mine.
Posters.
They were signed.
So like, you just did that and you were 13 and 14.
Yeah.
Under the influence of nothing in your room with a lava lamp and black light.
Right.
This is cool, man.
Listening to some organ. That's the thing with
This
the Doors. A lot of organ. You gotta
Yeah.
like the organ.
Yeah.
You
Big
like
fan of it.
I mean, you guys saw the movie, obviously, with Val Kilmer. And he's a hell of a band.
Leigh, were you a
man.
Doors fan?
Jim Morrison.
Honestly, like what you just described, I think I went through that as well for 6 to 8 months. I was just like, you sort of feel like you have to.
6-8 months, man. That was 2 years in the classic rock.
Well, I
scene.
see. I also went through a heavy metal stage where like Anthrax.
Ooh.
Did you guys get into Anthrax at all?
No.
Man, they had some bangers actually. And then I met Joey Belladonna in Toronto.
In the
and
Sea
Scott
Tower
Ian.
elevator.
No, and Scott Ian, they did something, and I was like, holy shit, man! When I was 13, you guys were like awesome.
Yeah.
And they've got some good songs. I don't mind them. I'm not. Every now and again on Sirius they come up. I've got them actually. One of my saved as my favorite.
Hi, I'm Leigh Ellis. These are my top 5 Anthrax songs.
Right.
Well, they had, I Am the Law was one. Man, I can't think of them now.
JD, you're missing.
It's like
this,
me
man.
and Hootie right now. Yeah, you just can't think of it.
Did you hear any of this? I don't know if you did. You getting a drink?
I was getting a drink. Sorry.
Oh man,
What are we
it's
talking about? Anthrax?
well,
Yeah, Leigh loves Anthrax.
Leigh was agreeing with Grish that like, when you're younger, you do have that weird phase where like maybe it's like classic rock, whatever, maybe your parents. But Leigh also admitted that he got into like a big like heavy metal phase too.
Yeah.
Like a 6 to 8 month heavy metal phase.
Yeah, it was a sort of, it was like the Doors and all that stuff, and then it was like Anthrax and a bit of Megadeth and Iron Maiden.
Hey, I got some for you, Leigh.
Yeah.
Who won the first Grammy for heavy metal?
What year? Can you give me a year? Was that
No idea.
like 1981? And we thought like
Probably.
something like that.
Somewhere around there.
No, it'd be much later than that. It'd probably be early 90s, I would say.
And,
For heavy metal.
early
Is it so?
90s.
You're
First Grammy for heavy metal.
okay,
You
so
can
hold on.
Google
You're
this.
asking it because it's silly, I assume.
It's ridiculous. Which is another band that I kind
like. Is it ridiculous because they're
rock.
not heavy metal, or it's like
At all?
not heavy metal at all? Okay. Poison.
Anybody else?
In the 90s?
Think of I think I get this right. Think of a flute.
Oh,
Jethro
Jethro
Tull?
Tull.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the comments are saying a couple people were. Yep.
Wow. They won the first
of a
heavy
flute.
metal Grammy.
Well, who was the first like
I
rap
definitely
Grammy?
got into some
It's
Jethro
like
Tull
something
in
ridiculous.
that classic rock phase for sure. Chicago.
Chicago. Peter
Chicago.
Cetera.
Oh, Phil, remember the story with Joy to the World?
Right.
You and I, Credence.
Yep. Oh, that's Credence. Yeah,
Phil
that was
and I
big for a
went
summer.
camping
Right?
together in 8th grade, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played a lot of catch, as you do.
Oh, yeah.
And
love Catch.
literally played because it was around the time of Forrest Gump, I think. And Credence, I mean, that song was big, and we learned every lyric to "Joy to the World" over the weekend.
That's not a Credence song, though.
It's
Sorry,
Who is
It's the
that?
song "Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog." That one, right? Yeah.
yeah. Who
that's
sings that?
Three Dog Night.
Three Dog Night.
There
I
you go.
apologize. See, my classic rock knowledge is way behind.
It's gone, man. It's gone.
Yeah. I lost it.
That was a rainy camping trip that we were just inside listening to that song.
That was like probably a tape. Rewind.
Poof.
Play again. What did they say here?
Wow.
We literally learned it.
Yeah.
That's how you had to do it, man.
You
Just
think you
look
still
up
know it? You want to do it real quick?
I can't even remember who sang the
Jeremiah
song.
was a bullfrog. Oh, that's the only part I think I remember.
Was
A good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said,
Yeah.
but I helped him drink his wine.
Say it. Mm.
And he always had a mighty fine wine. Wow, it's like ingrained in me. Joy. And then it's the chorus.
Yeah.
World.
Great soundtrack. That
boys and
movie.
girls.
That was in Forrest Gump.
Joy
Forrest
to
Gump?
the fishes
Yeah.
in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. You know I love the ladies. I like to have my fun. And I think that's where I got stopped.
Oh
I
man,
think
That's pretty good.
That's in
solid.
there.
Well done.
That's
Wow.
in there.
That's crazy. That sort of was. I just like blew my own mind there.
Yeah.
Remember
Remember the age of soundtracks when that was like a thing?
Wow.
Getting
I'm looking
the
at the
soundtrack album.
What do you look at?
Forrest
Forrest
Gump
Gump
sounded
soundtrack.
soundtrack
is
Yeah.
That was a double
Yeah.
disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
That
They
was.
had a lot of songs on the soundtrack that I don't even think were in the.
In the movie.
There's a Jimi Hendrix song on the soundtrack that didn't play in the
Oh,
movie.
Jimmy. Oh, there's
Shout out.
4 Doors songs on the soundtrack
Yeah.
that didn't
No wonder
make
it was
the
a great
disc. Are you
soundtrack.
kidding me?
Shout out to the mamas and the papas. They're on that disc.
Mm.
That was a great soundtrack.
We used to put on the Forrest Gump soundtrack when we were playing video games with our buddy Ken. And if we would be trailing late in the game and we needed like an instrumental run, he would either put on the Jurassic Park soundtrack or the Forrest Gump soundtrack where like the feathers falling, like that really like just like inspiring, how to put it, just like music, orchestral music. And we would try and make the comeback. We always
Did it ever
Did it work?
Oh god, yeah! I hit a
Yeah.
Detlef Schrempf game winner once, and like, and it was like
From
to like
deep.
the crescendo. I think it was the Jurassic Park one at the time. It was, it was like as that one builds, and it was like, oh man, it's incredible. But it's Forrest Gump soundtrack. Is the movie good? Where you?
No.
I think JD, you hate it, right?
I wouldn't say I hate it.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
It's the problem with that with Forrest Gump is that it was in 1984 and it beat Pulp Fiction for Best Picture, which was a problem. And I think Shawshank was the same year.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
And so it was like a stacked year where
Yeah.
it was just like, all right, it's fine, I guess. I mean, it
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, I
at
think
the
it was
time,
an
played
okay
it for-
movie. Pulp Fiction to me is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. I mean,
Every time you watch it, it's better than the last time. Forrest Gump, I think every time you watch it would be a little bit worse.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it, baby.
You don't go back and watch it as often.
No, you don't.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
You've
Casual
watched
Forrest
Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction probably 10 times the amount you've watched Forrest Gump since then. That's true. Our buddy John's in the stream team chat here. He says, "What about Outkast, Busta Rhymes, and Eminem, Grish?" That is his question to you. It's your
What
buddy John.
about them?
Yeah, I know it's a weird question, but I just wanted to get it in there. Shout
I
out
will
to
say
John.
this: if we want to get into, there was a time when I don't know what it was, but there was this thing about when did you fall in love with hip hop? You remember this when this was going around?
Mm-mm. Like
Anyway,
recently?
no, like
Oh.
20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And people were like talking about when they fell in love with hip hop. When I fell in love with hip hop, because like growing up in, like I was born in Michigan, Royal Oak, just outside of Detroit. I moved to Stratford, which is known for Shakespearean theater and Jay's Skeets.
And Bieber.
Yeah, Justin Bieber.
And now Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were driving to Chicago, and John, who just asked that question, was, I think this is 98. We went to college at Eastern Michigan. John was a roommate of mine. We went to go visit his brother, and we were listening to Biggie and Pac and Diddy and all that sort of stuff. Puff Daddy at the time. John introduced me to Outkast driving to Chicago, ATLians, and I was just blown away. Like, loved it. Andre 3000 is still my favorite rapper of all time.
Number one.
Yeah.
For the bang. Oh,
but at the same time, this is 98. Freshman year. Eminem is coming up in like Detroit. So you have that pride, and
you got to rep for him
doing this, and he's doing that. But there was a time where John and I were in Canada hanging out with you guys. We're driving home across the border, and Eminem's playing in Detroit. But this is he's blown up a little bit. Like, this is after the first album comes out. And we're like, let's go to the Eminem show. We're like, all right, let's do it. So instead of going back to the dorms, we drive to State Theater in downtown Detroit, literally walk up to the venue. 2 tickets, please, to Eminem. Yep. Okay, great. And then it's GA. I don't know how many people State holds. It's not that many. Yeah, we were like right at the stage, and Eminem comes out and performs the first album.
I was going to say, this is his first album.
Oh, yeah, and it was incredible. So I think what he's asking me is, how good were these shows?
Yeah.
Outkast in Chicago, we saw amazing. And on the way, I think we saw Outkast at a later date in Chicago. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Outkast is amazing. Saw him live at House of Blues, Eminem, State Theater in Detroit. And Busta Rhymes was with you at the
Fox Theater.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's at the time one of your favorites.
Oh, my God. This is one of my favorite shows I've ever seen. That's a wicked venue.
The Fox. Atlanta? Or
there's a Fox Theater in Detroit.
Oh, in Detroit. Okay.
Yeah. And it's an incredible venue. It's similar, honestly, to the one in Atlanta. And,
wild venue.
And that was the show where Next opened up.
I was just going to say, who opened up? And it was this R&B group. I was going to see if you.
And they got booed basically off the stage.
Yeah.
Did not go well.
Busta Rhymes is like energy. Yeah. Flow. Amazing. Yeah. Like, fabulous.
And we saw the whole Flip Mode squad basically in the lobby. I remember after the show, they were all there. Of course, that was a good one. Busta Rhymes. Shout out to John himself. Not a bad rapper, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
More of a spoken word. Recently did the
come on,
Foot Locker commercial.
Yeah, that's awesome. You see that, JD? I tweeted it. No. I don't know if you caught it. Yeah, John I think wrote it too, right? Grish? I'm not 100% sure on that, but he wrote and recited it's like a national Foot Locker ad where he's like does the spoken
about
word
like sneakerheads and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's awesome.
About sneakers, not about sneakerheads. But that was an interesting thing. Like, I lived with John, we're great buddies, and to see that evolution of he one day, he was just like, I'm going to start writing, and like became very, very good at spoken word, and obviously, rest is history.
Rest is history,
I guess. Yeah.
Leigh, you're the best rapper of the group. You got any Eminem bars you want to drop? What's your favorite Eminem song, Leigh? I'll ask you that.
My favorite Eminem song, probably off that what's that 2002 album, The Monster, or I can't remember. That's the one I had. No, the Marshall. That's
the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah. I used to listen to that
Monster
one a lot.
Or something. Yeah.
What can I think of with?
Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Mine would be Ice-T.
Wow.
Obviously.
Fair. I mean,
I mean, I like Ye. I mean, you know, but Eminem, Eminem.
Oh, Kanye.
Yeah, Eminem.
No idea who you're talking about.
I had
tickets. Read the news, JD.
I had tickets to a Eminem show but it clashed with. It was in London. Actually, it was in a place outside of London. I don't know why he wasn't in London, but it was like a 45-minute train ride out of London. But I had some friends coming over from Australia, and they're only in town that weekend. So I actually gave my tickets away instead of going to see Eminem, and I've never seen him. Yeah.
What was the conflict? What did you?
Yeah.
What was the better offer?
Well, it was just that was friends who I hadn't seen, and they were like, they're coming to London. Basically, like they were going on a big trip, and they were coming to London. They were only going to be there that weekend, and so I was like, all right, I better see them. I just sort of thought I'd see Eminem again, but yeah, never did.
Just figured you'd see him again. Fair enough. Yeah, people were saying in the comments section here, Grish, that your favorite rapper really should be Ice-T when you think about it. You love Ice.
I love Ice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Ices out there, though, isn't there?
There are a lot of Ices. Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Do we dare
Ice
get
Cube.
into the top
Ice
5
Cube.
conversation, Phil? Who's your top 5?
Drink. Top 5 rappers.
Top
That's very
5 Phils.
difficult. Yeah, you and I always go back and forth with this. Let's ask Trey. Trey,
Go ahead, Trey. Who's your
Top
top
5
5 rappers of all time?
I don't know, man. I
Oh,
like
come on.
Jay-Z. I
Okay.
like Andre 3000.
3 Stacks.
I like Method Man.
Wow, I love that
I like
pick.
that.
Wow.
That pick.
I just wanted to pick one from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Fair.
In specific.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's my top 3 for this very moment. The Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls would be my number in my top 5 as well.
Ooh, number 5.
And
Who is it?
Salt and pepper.
just
Throw 'em
Peppa.
all.
Just Peppa.
Pep. She was the
Left Eye's the best rapper of that group.
Who?
She was
Sorry.
the Left Eye Lopez was in a totally different group.
I'm on
TLC.
TLC now. Yeah.
She died though, didn't she?
Yeah.
Didn't
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie. Think of a movie. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know. Top 5's
It's
always
hard.
tough. Black Thought is in mine for sure.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 for sure. Biggie for sure. I'm not a gigantic Jay-Z fan or Tupac fan. Man, that is wow. Busta, I love Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I don't know where he falls on other people's lists, but I am just a huge Busta fan.
It has to be your list, though. It's never mine, like the
No,
greatest.
For sure.
Yeah.
Busta
And
then.
I think you can keep. It should be alive, people, because it's a little bit easier.
Wow.
Because to be fair,
be
like
alive.
Tupac and Biggie are on it has to be on everyone's list because they're so
But Pac wouldn't be on my list. I just wasn't the biggest Pac fan.
fair.
I'm not saying he's a bad rapper or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
of course.
Like, he's obviously super talented, but it just wasn't for me. Well, you hear this whole thing, like people think Snoop Dogg is like the most underrated, maybe
Ooh.
artist of all time, like living.
Snoop Dogg is rap music.
That's what people say.
I've listened to such an argument, and I 100% agree with it.
You look doubtful, Grish. You're not buying this.
No, I listen. I love early Snoop. I don't want to be that guy, but I love early Snoop,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the brand Snoop is amazing. But like,
People think he's pretty influential.
oh, 100%. Like if it goes back to the famous thing, right? Like if you ask your grandma her top 5 rappers, she'll have Snoop Dogg. in it.
Why do I give a
He's that
shit what
popular.
my grandma
No,
thinks are his top 5
I'm just
rappers?
saying he's that popular. Where like your mom would know who he is.
Snoop. Yeah.
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 You're
But
never mad when he shows up ever.
No,
Whether it's a
he's
beer
a-
commercial
he's
or
a fabulous entertainer. He's good lyrically. I've always been like, I like lyrics. The reason I love Andre is because he's so lyrical, but also so creative and different.
So your list changed because you kept Royce to 5'9" off this time.
I didn't say anybody yet.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry.
John put he told me to talk about 3 people.
That's true.
I definitely have Andre. I think you have to put Jay-Z in it. You just do. Like you said, Black Thought. I'm gonna leave. That's tough.
Black Thought, I mean, but I guess people are like, are you listening to Roots albums all the time? Or is like the popularity of them? Some people are like, yeah, all the time.
I mean, it's tough about like.
but a lot
like,
of other, your grandma ain't knowing who the hell Black Thought is.
No.
She's a big fan of
But
Jimmy
it
Fallon,
becomes
I
like your
guess.
personal 5 compared to like what you listen to all the time, and like Andre for sure. Barton is my favorite. Eminem is on that list. I tie Royce into it, being a Detroit guy, and I think he's amazing. I like Mos Def a lot.
Yeah.
I like Black Thought a lot.
Nice.
I mean, so then there's my 5, but
Okay.
I'm leaving a
It's
lot
tough.
off it.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's top 5. It's basically like your top 5 favorite basketball players. It's like you're going to leave a lot of good people off the list. It's all preference. A lot of people, of course, in the comments. A lot of Kendricks for sure. A lot of Kendrick love. No doubt.
mean, I love
a lot of Nas.
I really like Drake. I think Drake is amazing. Like put on a Drake album and just let that roll. You're good. You're gonna get everything.
I do like music.
Oh, you sound like Grant Hill liking
Who doesn't
music.
like music?
JD, I mean, I know you're not the biggest rap fan, but if like
Not a huge rap fan. I mean, Dr. Dre is definitely. I admire him as a producer more than a rapper.
yeah, because I think like Snoop was writing half his stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. But 2001, The Chronic is a all-time greatest albums for me. Beastie Boys is huge for me. I don't know. Maybe that's because I'm an old guy. I like Old Dirty Bastard.
Wow.
Yeah.
The ODB.
Just weirdly musical and just hilariously inappropriate, I guess is a good word as a dad, but I love it. And I like Jay-Z as well.
Okay.
But again, I'm not a huge rap guy, but certainly when I'm down in my garage lifting weights, I like to throw on some Lucifer, Son of the Morning, and all
There you go. There you go.
Look at you. Look at you. All right. And Leigh, I mean, you got any favorites that we haven't named, let's say? Just anyone we haven't named.
He's got Kanye at
What
his
about this
top,
guy?
He loves Kanye.
which is great.
I like his music.
I'm a
Yeah.
Kanye fan. He's great.
Yeah.
He's going through a rough time right now.
Yeah, wow. Crazy.
Yeah.
He hasn't made a good song in like 10 years.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
He's made good sneakers.
Make a good
though.
song, man.
He's made good sneakers. I mean, that's arguable too.
I'm a big Ye sneaker fan.
All right.
Anyone
else?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
You are.
You are, man. You're the biggest fan I know, actually. You're the only guy I
be
know.
true.
You're the only guy I know that still wears the gray boots.
Yeah. Oh,
They look good on you.
don't
though.
get me started on the 750s.
You
I'm
love
all
them,
in.
man.
All in.
You got them on now?
I don't. I wore them. I wore the brown ones yesterday.
There you go. All right. Tell me this, Grish.
Yes.
If
Those
Kanye
look like
West
Yeezys.
dropped this shoe, would you get it?
No.
Would you get the Hummaker Yeezys?
The
Come on,
Hummaker
look at
ones.
Are you seeing the fine lines?
I saw this on Instagram today, I think. No, I mean, is this a slipper or a shoe?
Great question.
Great question.
You tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me, man.
Because I'm with Leigh. This whole indoor outdoor thing doesn't exist. You're wearing it indoors or you're wearing it outdoors.
Yeah.
This
And that
thing is-
defines a slipper or a
this thing
shoe.
is-
There is no slipper that you wear outside.
Yeah. Well, you might change your mind once you get
With
a hold of
those.
those ones.
Yeah, those are like
Yeah,
tanks,
I did.
man.
Yeah, you were not kidding.
Were these gifted, Trey? Because I know you're on a lot of lists, or were these bought?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the plug. Shout out to my guy, Hummaker.
That's my
Shout out to
plug.
Schlemmer.
That's my
Yeah,
Hummaker plug.
Skeets hooked it up. Skeets hooked it up. Came through with the sick slipper shoes. Are you kidding me? They said, guys, make sure you wear them outside on the porch. I'm like, no problem, no problem. I'm not. Gonna
You
be
know what?
carrying-
I'm very
Like-
interested in this new Nike, the one you just step into.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
apparently
they
they're
close
very
it.
I'm
good.
doing that a lot
That's
now
very cool.
since I've lived in Atlanta. Like
Slip on
inside,
shoes.
outside. Like
Yeah.
I'm not bending down. Like I don't want to be old man,
Can't
can't
be
tie my
bending
shoes,
down.
but like quick in and out.
Yeah, no.
Sounds great.
I mean, they're
what's easier to get in than this is the question. You
This
know,
is-
look at that.
This is a Trey shoe for sure.
No, these are the guys told me wear them only on the deck. I'm like, okay. But this sole hitting my wooden deck, it was like deer hooves.
Like a
Yeah.
On the roof. It was crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do this at night. Like it'll wake everyone up.
You're clomping. You're a clomper in those.
clomping.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
clomping tonight? Who's clomping tonight?
Flopping tonight.
Philly, you know the North Face ones that we share.
I got one of mine.
Not
right
we
now.
don't share them as in.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
share
It's
each
my
other's
turn to
shoes.
wear them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Return them.
These like
Those
let's
are
talk-
badass. I
let's
like
talk
those.
about these.
Fucking badass.
They look They look a little silly. They look like moon boots.
Yeah, they don't look like slippers.
Yeah,
They look like sleeping bags for your feet.
that's exactly
They
right.
do, yeah.
Basically, exactly right. I love the tread on that.
Yeah.
These are comfortable.
You know what? I have
Nice.
these.
They stink.
I've actually purchased these
shit
for
right
you.
Smell like nachos.
What?
Yeah,
That's
my
weird.
feet when they stink smell like your cheese nachos. 100%.
Cheese. That's pretty
Yeah,
common.
it's brutal.
I
I hate it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Grish. What were you
No,
saying?
I was just gonna say I'm a big fan of the slipper. I own a pair myself.
Yeah.
I bought them for my kids. I have one child that's very athletic. I have one child that has trouble walking. So the tread
Tread's nice
as well.
Tread's
The
very
tread
nice.
does
And
well.
they're super light. Like you're not clomping tonight.
No, you're not
These.
clomping.
You're like
clomping
a
those guys.
Trey.
ninja. You can move
Get
around.
those for the deck.
Ooh, I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. These are quiet.
All right,
These are
my actual slippers.
Wow, that's so warm looking.
That's an
Wow.
LL Bean,
That's very
as
nice.
you can see.
That's like
How
a
can you
sauna
tell?
for your foot.
Yeah, Laura's been wearing these for as long as we've been together, and I had resisted, and I was like, I went through so many slippers that I was dissatisfied with, and I'm like, she's like, do it, get them, go for the LL Beans. I was like, okay, you're smart, you know what's up. She was right. She's
Wow,
right.
just comfy.
Cool,
Why, she's
just
a
good.
good skier. She's good with the feet.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
yeah,
Why,
she's like,
literally,
yeah.
why do I ever doubt her? But she came through with the slippers too. Feeling cozy. That's why I got my clompers for outside.
But I gotta say, like that looks like a slipper. You're gonna be wearing that in the summer heat here in Atlanta. Like that looks like a warm ass slipper.
True.
Yeah.
No way. I'll go to just like a house slide at that point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. All right. Anything else anybody wants to
There we
talk about? We
go.
can start wrapping this up. Oh,
Slip.
Leigh!
We're showing slips on camera here.
Yeah.
These are called deer foams.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from, but they're very comfortable.
It's a wide opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of foot to get in there.
That's a hard rubber sole, so you think that could be an outdoor slipper, but actually it's not. It's just a clunky indoor. While we're doing it here, I got the
Yeah. What do you got?
Show 'em off,
I got the
buddy.
old
Come
man
on.
slipper here.
Oh, nice. That's nice. It's a
I don't know
classic.
what brand this
Wow.
is. This is again.
That's a dad slipper if I ever saw.
Yeah.
one.
No, this is a
Holy.
huge dad slipper. Now,
Damn, those loafers hurt your pocket.
so I got a two slipper thing. I've got the Phil slip or the J Skeets. Sorry, in yellow. I wear those a lot, and when you wear those, they hug your feet,
Mhm.
right? It's like you're not even wearing anything. It's great. These ones a little bit looser. You listen, it's fine. Slip in and slip out a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But if you want to walk around and do a whole bunch of stuff inside, I'm not so sure.
Those are chilling slippers.
Yeah.
Hey, at least
But
you
I'm
guys.
a big fan of slippers all year round. In the house, must have a slipper. Walking in my house with a sock on or barefoot, no, thank you.
Wow. Well, that's because you're American, and you would. I like that you've made the transition, to a slipper because most Americans they're just rocking shoes in the house. Craziest thing to me in the world.
Yeah,
For most Canadians,
this is
that's insane. You don't wear your shoes in the house. But I remember when I was younger finding out.
I think it's 50-50.
Not like everybody does it.
I think
but-
it's 50-50 in the U.S.
wow.
And I think it's 100% in Canada. Right? Take your shoes off.
Yeah, it's just too
Right.
much snow
Nowadays,
and dirt.
like if you come in walking with your shoes on, I'm gonna be like, hey,
yeah,
go back to the front, take those off.
Yeah.
In a weird note, I say it's the same percentage with circumcision in Canada and the U.S. Right?
Wow.
Almost everybody in the U.S.
Okay.
is, and in Canada, it's about a 50-50 split there.
Okay.
wow,
So we've reversed it.
Conducted your own surveys, I guess.
Yes, 100%.
wow.
Yeah, we've reversed it.
Okay. Well, there we go. We're learning things here. Anything else anyone would like to add for this NBA happy hour?
Let's end on that note.
Yeah, it's a good note to end on. Unless
Yeah.
there's any last minute questions here you want to get into, my buddy Grish. Yeah, I should have kept saying who you were. I know that the stream team was doing our job. I saw a lot of people jumping on saying, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
This
I
guy.
realized we could turn on people's names.
Oh,
Oh,
JD, that would have been so
nice.
helpful.
I didn't know.
That's okay. But yeah, appreciate you jumping on. One thing before we go, we'll try and not make this long. You are in the NBA Top Shot game. You're
here we go. I'm surprised we haven't done this yet.
Yeah, I know.
Or is this brought up? I'm in the game.
You're in the game. You just came late to the game, but you're all in. But you were frustrated like everybody today with the pack drops. We couldn't get any, and they pushed back. Now they're going. Okay.
So here's how I got in. Okay. So for those that don't know, I've known Jay Skeets for a long, long time.
Wow, he did it right near the end.
I've known TK over there for not as long, but like we were together when Derrick Rose injured his knee.
It's been a long time.
A long time.
We used to
known each other a decade.
Grilled cheese sandwiches. Right? Remember that?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was our form of currency back then.
Crypto cheese
in Toronto.
Get this cheese, real cheese.
You guys were talking about this for a little bit there. I remember first hearing it going, are you kidding me? Like, what are you talking about? Digital cards, right?
Right.
But then I went for Phil's. I think this is all planned out. I think Phil's a little deeper than we really think here. Okay?
I'm really not that deep.
He's not that deep. But I go to Jay Skeets' house for dinner, right? It's great. I'll just come over for a casual dinner.
I sold him some Tupperware and some Top Shot.
It'll be great. It'll be great, right? Little did I know the fucking Ponzi scheme that was happening.
Walks in smelling like
Nora's
cheese,
like
and I knew
cooked a nice pasta.
Hey, can I give you another slice of grilled cheese? And while I'm at it, would you like a Chris Middleton?
I know you don't drink beer. Let me go get some scotch. I'll get some for you. And then we have some wine. It's all wine and dine. This is great. Everything's great. I want to tell you a little bit about NBA Top Shot. I was like, I heard about this weird stuff. What's going on? It's a digital basketball card.
That's what it is.
Oh, it's great. And there's only a limited number of it. I was like, you tell me anything that I can buy. It doesn't even have to make money tomorrow. Like you just literally Amazon.
You're the worst at that. I purposely didn't tell you because I knew you were going to go crazy as soon as I did. That's what I should have told you, ironically, prior, because it probably would have helped you out. But yeah.
Thank you for not. No. So I'm all in. Yeah.
He's all in.
It's fun.
It is fun.
You haven't even had the best part yet. Once you get a pack, man, that's the thing. Like once you get a pack to clip to reveal.
Well, he did have a pack, but he
wants a pack. Okay, who wants all this 10 times ROI? I don't want a pack, which is why I would never buy one. Even if I've selected, I will not buy a pack.
I would never wait in the line.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
The funny story was that we did do this, and this was like literally day 2 of my NBA Top Shot experience. So I maxed out what I could spend in a day. So I like literally $9 there to buy a pack. I got selected. I'm like, there's 70,000 people in line. Yeah. I'm like 500. About to buy a pack. You don't have enough credit. Oh my God.
They were dying.
Gotta check your Dapper balance.
Killer.
Oh my God. That was
but it's a great thing. Don't bet your house on it, which I've done, and my children's education, which I've also done. And
that's it with everything. Whatever you put into it, you should be willing to lose. That is
everything in moderation.
Anything. Absolutely. Yeah.
Except digital basketball cards.
No.
Go all in.
No. Hey man, we gotta get some packs. You gotta. I want you to open a pack. I wish you had one to open with. Yeah.
I would love to be part of the open up a pack.
You want to be on Top Shot Hot Boys?
Yeah. For sure.
The problem with you, Grish, is you ever get a pack, you're opening it instantaneously. There's no way you'd be able to hold and sit on that. There's no chance, Grish.
All right, Grisham, they're dropping tomorrow. Premium packs.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Well, are they?
Are they? Exactly right.
We'll see.
We're getting one.
Yeah. Because we started talking about this Top Shot, and you guys have been great sports. A lot of you have been here for a long time. If you are in Top Shot, you have a username. I am ready to give away a Chris Middleton. Okay? I'm ready to get rid of it and give it to one of you. So leave your username, your Top Shot username, in the comment section, not in the stream team. Okay? Not in the stream team. Leave it in the comment section. And tomorrow, before we do our daily show, I'll somehow get Nora. I do a classic thing with Nora, like just a randomized thing, somehow using her to pick like a letter or whatever. and I will pick somebody to give a Chris Middleton to.
Woo.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Straight up Middleton.
What's
I'll
that?
throw in a Middleton. I'm in on a Middleton too.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You too?
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll figure out. So leave
Middletons.
your Top Shot username in the comment section of this video here, Happy Hour. And,
I will
we'll figure
also
it out.
donate a Chris Middleton.
You have one?
Card.
You have one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's do it. Awesome.
Yeah,
well, you're a good
great.
sport.
We're long
Okay,
on
fantastic. Okay, we're giving away 3 Chris Middletons. Yes, you heard it here first. 3 Chris Middletons. So leave your Top Shot username. This is great because you have had to have watched this deep into this to sort of know. Though maybe people will start seeing it in the comments. Who knows? But anyway, leave your username and we'll figure it out. We'll get all of those to you. We gave away a couple Darius's last time. What did we give it? Garland and Paisley. Yeah, we did that. So we'll give some Middletons away. I like that we're always giving away the same named guy. So we're giving away a bunch of Chris's. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Grish, thanks so much for joining us. Let's wrap this up.
Guys.
We got to work. You got to work tomorrow. We got shows tomorrow. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Please like, comment, tell your friends. Help us get our subscriptions up on No Dunks. We really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. What you need to know: Daily Show, The Drop, and Leigh. Very solid plays. How many jazz plays are you going to have in there, mate?
A lot.
Oh,
They're too
boy.
good. They're too good, man.
Grish, thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
No doubt.
All right. Take care,
All
guys.
right. Peace,
See ya.
everybody.